Back here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Thanks for tuning in. Good Friday evening to you. Glad to have you along here on RP Video Sports. And it's week 2 of the football season, still in non-conference action. And tonight we're here at Fruth. Good to be back at Fruth Memorial Field. This is always when football season hits for me. Jordan King with you here in the broadcast booth along with Lance LeCue. And Lance, I always love getting out to Fruth early on in the season, and the weather's still kind of nice. You know, when the weather starts to turn and playoff football comes around, that's when it's really fun to get to Fruth. But, hey, even here in August when the sun's shining, finally peeked through the clouds here this afternoon. It's football weather and it's football time, and Friday Night Lights at Fruth doesn't get much better than this. Spring's looking to bounce back. You were there last week, week 1, a loss to a really good Lake Country Lutheran team, a team that was in every preseason poll near the top of the rankings. In the first coaches poll, they're right there at the near the top of the rankings as well in Division 5. So you know that's a quality team, a tough team to start off with. Oconto Falls is a good team as well, but I guess your assessment now that you've had a week to kind of digest it and break it down, you know, what has Springs got to improve on, and what are you looking for them tonight to maybe take that step forward back to being a little bit closer to the Springs that we know and love?
Yeah, first and foremost, I would say offense needs to come out firing on all cylinders tonight. Last week they got off to a bit of a slow start. You can count that up or check that out to first game jitters. You know, a lot of kids coming back with not a whole lot of starting experience, but you know, this week they got that first game under their belt, first home game in front of a friendly crowd. I would expect that they're going to be coming out with their pants on fire and expect some points to be put on the board.
First look at Oconto Falls, looking back a season ago. Now, Oconto Falls, with a week 1 win, they played against Oconto, and they got a win as they usually start the season against Oconto, and another win. So they're 1-0 coming into this game. Last year they went 8-1. They lost in Level 1. Now, this is a team that has had strung together a long playoff streak, and they've really struggled once they get into the playoffs. They've had some tough draws in Division 4, which is where they play. But Oconto Falls, like, this is what you want to do if you're Springs, right? You're going to get a good Flyway Conference schedule that gets roaring starting up next week, Lance. Just again, looking at Oconto Falls, they play in the Northwoods Conference. That's a pretty good conference. Now, Coleman is good year in and year out. They're a team that is almost always state relevant when those brackets come out. Crivets has been very good, especially of late. Saw Crivets beat North Fondy 75-0 last night. Crivets is a very good team. Crandon's up in that area, in that conference as well. So that's a good Northwoods conference that they play in. This is a quality team, a team that, you know, when we have our Coach's Smile interview coming up in just a couple of minutes, you're going to hear Coach Wilderman, as I caught up with him, talk about quality opponents and a team that can go toe-to-toe with Springs, and I fully expect to see that with Oconto Falls coming up here tonight. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Jordan King and Lance LeCue with you. Let's take our first time out of the pregame show. When we come back, we will continue. It's getting you ready for Springs and Oconto Falls here from Fruth Field. Back after this on RP Video Sports.
Hey, Devontae.
Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Cheaters don't get chicken.
Huh?
Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, we're honored to have been voted by you to be the best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the best in bedding comfort, technology, and support to the Waupun area.
We've partnered with top brands like Tempur-Pedic, Puffy, Scott Living, Sealy, and Nectar to offer you the ultimate sleep experience.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Come shop at Verhaeg's.
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple.
Anders Auto Parts, your locally owned bumper-to-bumper auto parts store serving the Fond du Lac area since 1956. Experienced and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you. Anders Auto Parts features PPG and Shopline auto paint along with PPG Versalon commercial paint. Quality name brand auto parts. Anders Auto Parts, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store at 16 West Sibley Street, just off North Main Street, behind American Family Insurance.
Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show continues here on RP Video Sports, getting you set for Oconto Falls at St. Mary's Springs Academy. The Ledgers in their home blue and looking for some home cooking here tonight. Lance, again, looking back at the box week one, you had Will Stellmacher. You know he's going to get the ball a lot. They want to establish the run. Will Stellmacher, 50 yards on 18 carries, 2.8 yards per tote, did get into the end zone. And then we're going to see Ben Baker mixed in as, kind of that, we're going to talk about Jack Holtzman a little bit later on in the pregame show. He's still absent, and they're not sure when he's going to return for the Ledgers. He is that dynamic game breaker kind of player, but Ben Baker, a tremendous athlete as well. In that rushing attack, we know that, Coach Wilderman and this staff wants to make that a focal point. I guess obviously got to get better there and seal up some lanes here for a really talented back in Stellmacher and some good athletes in Baker and others.
Yeah, I would say that they're not going to change up their plan after one bad game. So to expect a solid rushing attack tonight. Like you mentioned, Ben Baker, he kind of was in a utility role for them last week, had the 6 carries for 18 yards, 3 grabs for 25. So you might see him out of the backfield. You might see him get some reps at receiver. But my guess is that they're going to be feeding the ball to Stellmacher quite a bit, obviously with the 18 carries, 50 yards, like you mentioned. I think 20 carries is a reasonable amount to expect from him tonight.
And obviously, you're looking for that average to hopefully double, right? You'd like to be around that 5 yards per carry. This offensive line, obviously a tough front seven that they faced last week, but you got to obviously take that next step. Xander Lenz gets his first start last week, 5 for 11, 38 yards. Obviously, like you mentioned, put into a tough situation down early, and maybe had to open it up maybe a little bit more than you would have liked, but that Springs quarterback, Cullen King into Max Bauer into Ben Anderson. Xander Lenz the next in line here. What'd you see from him in week one?
He didn't really have a whole lot of opportunity with them trying to figure things out offensively. Obviously only, like you said, the 5 for 11 for 38 yards. The good thing is, though, at least they took care of the ball on offense, and that was one of my keys of the game last week was ball control, forcing those turnovers, which that's how they managed to score their points last week off of a fumble from LCL, and they immediately turned that into points to begin the second half. So if they can control the ball, keep it in their possession, and then on defense take care of things, force some turnovers, and turn that into production on offense, I would expect that again from Springs this week.
This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Jordan King and Lance LeCue with you here from Fruth Field. Let's take a time out. As we do, check out our Lenz Truck Center Play of the Week. Each week, Radio Plus will feature a Play of the Week. Here that is, presented by Lenz Truck.
Each week, Len's Truck Center of Fond du Lac and Radio Plus Video Sports team up together to salute a great play of the week. Under 4 to play now. Looking to pass. Got 4 wide receivers. Out. And they're going to try downfield. That's going to be, what a catch! And intercepted. Hauled in and picked off.
Oh my!
By Fond du Lac. Wow! What a play! The Cardinals. Ethan Webb had it, and it was tipped around. He had it in his fingers, and Guardian Harris just ripped it away.
And I'm just thinking, this kid's good. I gotta really lock in. He beats me off the line a little bit, so I'm just sprinting full speed. I'm like, I can't give up anything big. I see his hands flash. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go for the tackle, see if I can break it up. And then I'm rolling, and I feel the ball somewhere on my hip or something. I'm like, oh, I just got it. And I was ecstatic.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lynn till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lynn's Truck. We got the trucks at Lynn's Truck.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Tagle Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
Every customer can be a Signature Home customer. I think that's what Signature Homes does really well, is that we can touch not only the customer who's building for the first time, but also the customers that know what they want and want to pull pieces of other property that they've lived in and loved. And you can really trust that we know what we're doing and that we have 30 years of experience in the market doing it with quality craftsmanship and a lot of style and design. And at the end, we get a chance to walk them through and see their smiling faces, and we know that we've achieved our goal.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at IntegritySaw.com. That's IntegritySaw.com.
We return to Fruth Field here on this Friday night. Blast to be back under the Friday night lights of Fruth Field here in Fond du Lac. Gorgeous day and perfect weather for football, not too hot. Got that little crispness in the air that we're so used to here in these Wisconsin falls, when we get them at least. Anyways, Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show rolls on. We talked about the offense, Lance. Going to the defense, one of the things we'll hear Coach, the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview coming up in just a minute here. But one of the things Coach pointed out was, look, two of our top three tacklers in the defense were from the secondary last week. We need our linebackers. We need our defensive line to wreak a little bit more havoc. Can't be making tackles 7, 8, 9 yards down the field. That puts your defense in a tough spot.
Yeah, Coach mentioned, they got their whole starting backfield, defensive backfield back this year, so that's where their leadership's going to be coming from on defense. And I think with a week under their belt, ideally get those linebackers and defensive linemen up to speed so that they're making those plays at the line of scrimmage or, at that first level instead of seeing those long runs being broken off by Oconto Falls here tonight.
Kale Krusik with 6.5 tackles, Ben Baker with 6 tackles. Both of those guys are in the secondary. Jackson Sobel did have 7 tackles out of the linebacker spot. So you need more of that, I guess, is the point as we continue forward with the Ledgers and Week 2 here in their season, trying to find their first win of the season a week before conference play starts. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we will meet up with Coach Zach Wilderman with the Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile interview. That's next. You're watching and listening on RP Video Sports. Welcome back here to the Integrity Sawn Tool pregame show. Time for the Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile interview. Here with Coach Wilderman. And Coach, I guess, an opportunity now for a few days here, get in the film room and get back on the practice field and kind of digest last week. I guess what jumps off on tape is a couple of things that got to clean up moving forward. Obviously, a really tough opponent there in Week 1. I guess what jumped out to you?
Yeah, they're really good. We knew that coming in. They always are. That's why we schedule them. That's why we play them early, to figure out where we got to get better. We found out we got to get better in a lot of areas right now. Some real easy mistakes to fix, and then some that are going to take a little more work. That first week, too, it's hard. You don't have a ton of film on your opponent. It's hard to put a really solid game plan together. But then we had some kids out of position, and that's our job as coaches to kind of get back, look at the film, evaluate who can play where, and make some adjustments, and we'll see how we respond this week. I thought the kids, Monday, we were a little lackadaisical for my liking, coming off a loss like that, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we really started to pick it up. So I think their mindset is back where it needs to be. And like I said, Lake Country's just, they're a good program. They're good every year. Their tests are a battle every year. So they had the blueprint we talked about having as far as controlling the ball, controlling the lines of scrimmage, and being disciplined. They did everything we talked about wanting to do, and that's why they won the game.
Obviously, Week 2, it's still early in the season, but looking ahead here to Week 2, and Oconto Falls comes to town. Good to get back to Fruth Field and maybe a little home cooking here. And what do you see on tape from them? And what are going to be some keys for as you see it heading into the game?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, we got to fix the things that we did to ourselves last week, and then we've got to do some things to stop what they do well. They're a really good football team from what I can see on film. They've got some guys that are just studs out there, so we kind of got some game plan and to kind of negate maybe some of their better plays and their better players on the defensive side of the ball, and it'll be a good matchup. I think it looks like we match up pretty similarly. But if I'm them and I watched our last week's film, they're going to try to establish the run early, and that's what they do well. So we'll have to be better than we were last week. But, I think if we play good, disciplined football and we clean up some mistakes from last week, we'll have a good chance at being very competitive in this game. They're an unfamiliar opponent to us. This is the first year we've played them, so we don't have a ton of history on them to go back and look at. But from what I did see, they look very, very good.
What are maybe one or two things that you saw last week that you thought, man, we can really build upon that, and maybe a performance here or there from a guy? I know a lot of guys getting their first varsity action. Quarterback position, a couple of receivers coming back from injury and things like that. Just, I guess, a couple of maybe performers that you liked or things you saw that you think, we can build upon that.
Yeah, I won't sugarcoat it. There wasn't much positive last week in all facets of our game, but we did have defensively, Kale Krusik played a pretty good game from that safety spot. He ended up leading our team in tackles, which is not ideal, obviously, from a safety, but showed us what we needed to see from him as far as being physical, being able to come up and play run support. He did a nice job for us. Outside of that, there wasn't a ton positive when we break down the film, but a lot of things that I think guys can move into that positive realm as long as we clean up real simple mistakes they were making. So it's early. Can't get too down on what we did last week. We've got to move ahead, plow forward, and correct things that we can correct, and continue to progress and get our team better week in, week out.
Still early in the season, obviously. Hopefully it's the case that you guys are still healthy. Any injuries coming into this one? What are you guys looking like on that front?
Yeah, I'd love to say we're healthy. We got a couple guys dinged up. Right now we got a senior captain that didn't suit up last week, was unable to play. He's not going to be playing this week again. Really kind of unsure on his future and when he'll be back. So that'd be Jack Holzman, and he really is a game breaker for us. Last year when he was healthy early on in the season, he was kind of that home run threat on the offense side of the ball, and then he is one of our starting safeties. So it's a big loss, but we've got to be able to have guys step in and fill that role, and it's thrusting some other guys into some responsibility, and maybe they aren't ready this early, but we've got to develop and grow them into players because we're going to need them all year long, and we've got to develop depth anyways. If you want to make any run in a playoff setting, you've got to have depth. You can't rely on one or two guys.
Coach, appreciate a few minutes here before Oconto falls. Best of luck. Go get them this week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There you go. That's Coach Wilderman from St. Mary's Springs Academy and our Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. Fondy Family Dental, Dr. Chad and his team will make you smile before, after, and yes, even during your appointment. We continue with the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show when we return here on RP Video Sports.
Hi, this is Jack Holzman. You're watching Ledger Sports on RadioPlusSports.com.
Back here at Fruth Memorial Field, just talking to Coach Zach Wilderman there for our Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview, and I guess that ties us right into the Bauer Chiropractic injury report. Got pain? See Shane, Dr. Shane Bauer, Bauer Chiropractic, and Jack Holtzman. You know, last year Lance really kind of came on in the middle of that season, ended up having, ending the season with an injury, still working through that, and every time he's not out there, that's a big deal for Springs.
Yeah, as one of their captains, he's one of the guys that they lean upon, and unfortunately it looks like he's in street clothes tonight, but hopefully he can get back with the team and help contribute this season for them.
Yeah, as you heard from Coach there, no indication on what if and when he will return, but obviously a dynamic playmaker for the Ledgers. So let's take a timeout as we have the national anthem here. We'll come back with our keys to the game and the starting lineups here on RP Video Sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Marr Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go.
Go where summer leads you in an all-wheel drive Mazda SUV and lock in low 2.9% 72-month financing plus deferred payments on favorites like off-road ready Mazda CX-50, 3-row Mazda CX-90, and more.
We are all looking
Choose from over 220 new Mazdas. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda Fond du Lac. It's worth the trip.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. Their design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Back here at Fruth Memorial Field, glad to have you along with us. Jordan King and Lance LeCue up here in the broadcast booth. Looking forward to Oconto Falls at St. Mary Springs Academy. Sargento Cheese presents a starting lineup. Start your new career at careers.sargento.com. We'll meet the defensive starters for Oconto Falls. Jack Falkowski, running back and defensive back. He's a sophomore, wears number 3. Number 7 is Alex Kracherik, defensive back, and he's a senior. Ethan Hill wears number 8, defensive back, is senior as well. Another senior defensive back is Elijah White. He wears number 9. Defensive back, junior defensive back is Logan Berg. He wears 11. 49 is Isaiah Raddert, linebacker, senior. 54 is Austin Anderson. He's on the line. He is a senior as well. Another linebacker that's a senior is Magnus Flynn, wears number 58. Then in the trenches, number 71, Jagger Reed. He's a junior, along with 77, Dominic Trikel. He is a junior defensive lineman. And Cole Judkins rounds out the starting lineup. He's a senior and wears number 87. The offensive starters for St. Mary's Springs Academy, number 7 is the quarterback, Xander Lenz. Behind him, Will Stellmacher, the senior running back and co-captain. He's number 3. Ben Baker, you said it, the utility knife. He wears number 4. He is a 5'10", 165-pound senior. Kale Krusik is out wide, wears number 9, also a very good defensive player, 6', 165-pound senior. Number 24 is Jackson Sabel. He is a tight end. He is a junior for the Ledgers. And then Garver Beekle, another one of the offensive weapons on the outside. He had a nice year a season ago, 6', 165-pound senior wide receiver. Then in the trenches, Jackson Peltz, a senior. Ephraim O'Brien, another senior, along with junior Gabriel O'Brien and a couple of more seniors in Beckett Longley and Billy Everson. So, you know, we talked about the offensive line. There's a lot of experience there. There's 4 seniors along that offensive line, Lance. And, you know, I would assume one of your keys to the game, as we can move into our keys to the game, built by Pino Construction. Turn your vision into reality with Pino Construction. Obviously, offense, you mentioned it right out of the gate there, Lance, but what are your couple of 2-3 points here for a couple of keys to the game?
Yeah, I would say for sure keeping control.
We're good.
Keeping control of the ball. Getting that push on the offensive line. That's going to be important to help the run game out. And then just playing as solid as they did defensively last week, forcing that turnover that got them that spark on the offense to begin the second half. If they can create some trouble in the secondary, Springs should control most of this game.
Just about ready to roll here from Fruth. The Integrity Saw into a pregame show. We're going to wrap it up. Right Way Home Improvement opening kickoff. From doors and gutters to roofs and siding, Right Way Home Improvement has you covered. Kick off your home project today and contact Right Way Home Improvement. For your free estimate, call 920-929-8999. That's 920-929-8999. Or visit rightwaybuilt.com. That's rightwaybuilt.com. Springs is going to kick it deep to Oconto Falls. And Oconto Falls, a couple of players back right now. Number 8, Ethan Hill, and number 9, Elijah White.
There we go. No.
There we go. We're trying to fix our ears here in the broadcast booth, make sure we can hear well up here. Got that sorted out, and we're ready to go here from Fruth. And it's Bentley Coots, who has really, over the last couple of years, developed into one of the better kickers, certainly in the area. And, he's got a leg that rivals any out there, Lance, with what he can do. And there you go. Puts it right through the end zone.
Yeah,
Flyway's got some really good kickers when you look around it. Next week, the week of kickers, as they go to Laconia. And, Laconia's got,
one of the better ones in the state,
Ethan
Van Beek.
So Van Beek hit a 40-plus yarder the last night. Laconia came up short, 26-24 to Marquezan. This is one of 6 Flyway games going on tonight. We have 5 across the Radio Plus Jeff's Live Streams network. And we'll give you some updates from around the area as well as this game rolls on. So the first play from the 20-yard line for Oconto Falls as we get this game underway. Turn, and it's a flea flicker, and they're going to go deep on the first play.
Picked.
It's well underthrown, and it's knocked away by Joey Kuhn. A nice play by Kuhn to knock it away out of the hand that time of number 12, Nathaniel White, the quarterback. That looked like it was picked.
Yeah, I think he had the opportunity there, but first instinct was just to bat that down, and obviously you take that over a completion, but Springs had a chance there to get the ball right away on defense. Like I mentioned, taking the ball, winning that turnover battle, one of the keys of the game.
Oconto Falls' first play of the game goes with a flea flicker, handoff to Ethan Hill, and then he pitched it right back to White and underthrown on the pass. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top for White. Takes a shotgun snap. They're going to pitch the ball out, and it's a drop. Went straight to Logan Berg, and Berg had it go through his hands as it was Ben Baker from his safety position coming up and laying the hit. I think he heard the footsteps.
Yeah, they definitely, Oconto Falls had the opportunity there to get some solid yardage, but that drop, obviously, as you said, he must have heard some footsteps.
Just getting underway here. The third play of this opening drive for Oconto Falls, and they face a 3rd and 10 after a couple of incompletions to start this one. The running back is number 6, make it number 8, Ethan Hill, I believe. Kind of hard to see some of the numbers with Oconto Falls. It's give to the up man instead, and Springs able to stack them up after a gain of 7, and it's going to lead a 4th and 3 at their own 27-yard line, and looks like the punt team is trotting on. That was number 49 on the carry, Isaiah Raddert, his first carry from the fullback spot. And Raddert picks up 7, but not enough. And it looks, obviously you got to be wary always in high school, but it looks like Springs is forced an opening 3 and out, Lance.
Yep, great start for the defense here tonight. Let's see what the offense can do now.
This one is short, and Springs wisely gets away from it. And it's going to be down at the 48. So good starting field position here for Springs. And, we talked, Lance, you mentioned it, trying to get this offense into some rhythm. Well, here you go. Here's some good field position. I know the turnover last week was part of the thing that sparked them into getting into the end zone the one time they did against Lake Country Lutheran. Good field position here. You got to take advantage.
Yeah, you can't ask for much of a better start than a 3 and out on defense, and now here you go. It looks like they got a lot of energy heading onto the field. Let's see what they can do on their first possession.
Got 2 receivers to the top. Garver Beekle down to the near side. Will Stellmacher next to Xander Lenz, and the give is to Will Stellmacher, and that's the hard-nosed running that Springs fans have come to know and appreciate from Will Stellmacher. It's 7 on first. That's going to set up a 2nd and 3 short yardage situations. If you want to run the football, this is what you need on first, Lance, right?
Exactly. It looked like he marked him even a little bit short. I thought he got 9 there on the first play, but you won't scoff at 7 yards on your first down from scrimmage.
One of the things you'll notice about Will Stellmacher is he just falls forward, like you mentioned. Probably could have had a few more on the mark, and this is going to be a first down here for Will Stellmacher after 2 plays. Springs has its first down of the ball game, moving the chains or moving you into your dream home. Addison Jones gets you there. Addison Jones, our first down sponsor here on RP Video Sports. So pickup of 4, and hey, you'll take that. 11 yards on your first 2 plays after not really struggling to move the ball in week 1. Good start here for the Springs offense. Trio of receivers to the top, 1 receiver to the near side. That's Zane Wilson, and it's going to be Xander Lenz keeping to the near side. He cuts up the field inside the 30, and he's out at the 26-yard line, and that's a pickup of 13.
Yeah, they're already looking loads better than they were last week. I would say that this last week of practice has got the offense, whatever kinks they were going through, they've got it worked out here, and they look a lot better as a team on offense.
That was a great play design, and that's another first down for Springs. So couple of first downs here on this first possession for the Ledgers. And they go back to 2 receivers near side, 1 to the top with Stellmacher in the backfield. Stellmacher going to get the handoff here from Lenz. And he's stacked up in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard on the play. Looked like there might have been an opportunity there for Lenz to maybe keep, but that was just good penetration by Oconto Falls.
Yeah, not much running room there, but, you can't get 7 yards on every play. Let's see what they can do here on second down to maybe get that yardage back.
Second down and 11 for the Ledgers. 8:54 to go in this first quarter. Ledgers forced a 3 and out, and they've already picked up a couple of first downs offensively. Shotgun here for Xander Lenz. The give to Stellmacher. Stellmacher makes a great cut, and he just about ripped through that arm tackle. Usually those don't bring him down, but it's enough for a first down. He picked up 12 on the play.
He was about one shoestring away from breaking into the end zone there, it looked like.
Down to the 15-yard line and another first down. For every first down in football, there's a first down in real estate. Call Addison Jones today. Third first down of this opening possession for the Ledgers. 5 straight runs to start this possession off. Here comes play number 6, and they're doing it from this spread formation here too, which has got to be pleasing for the Ledgers and Coach Wilderman. Here goes Stellmacher yet again. This time a modest gain, picked up 1 or 2 on the play. And last time Springs was in second and long, they ripped off a nice little run. Second and 8 officially.
Wonder if we'll see a pass here just to open things up a little bit in the red zone.
Obviously, you're inside of Bentley Kuntz's field goal range, right? But might be 4-down territory early on in a ball game. We'll see. Baker goes in motion. Stellmacher, and that one I think got Oconto Falls to jump. It sure did. Baker went into motion, and one of the Oconto Falls defensive linemen, I think that's 77 who's running off right now, Dominic Treichel, he saw Baker go in motion and thought that was the snap count and thought he had it timed up. He did not. So just like that, down to 2nd and 3 after the 5-yard gift from Oconto Falls.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they'll whip out a pass here anymore. I would expect them to keep it pounding on the ground here.
Ball sits at the 8-yard line here in the red zone. The give is to Stellmacher. Nice cut in the backfield. That should have been a loss, and Stellmacher's going to get down to the 3-yard line. Lance, that is a gorgeous run from the senior.
Like I said, they look like a completely different team than they were last week. The offense is firing on all cylinders, and this looks like a run game that's going to be hard to stop tonight.
My goodness. I mean, there was a Oconto Falls player in the backfield, and a gorgeous juke move from Stellmacher. Picked up 5. Stellmacher up to 29 yards rushing here on this opening possession. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. 2 tight ends into the game. And Stellmacher in the backfield. There goes Ben Baker. Little Ben Baker running lead block there as a fullback. Here goes Stellmacher up the middle. He's into the end zone. And the Ledgers lead it 6-0. On the Quest Interiors scoreboard, the Ledgers strike first.
That is certainly how you want to start a football game. You can't ask for much better from the offense. Much better look from last week.
An 8-play drive that spans 52 yards. The Ledgers take advantage of good field position, and they lead it 6-0. You said it there, Lance. That was machine-like.
You could just tell they had energy coming off the sidelines to start the drive. You could tell it is a completely different team this week.
Bentley Kuntz knocks it through. Let's take a timeout here on RP Video Sports. Early lead for the Ledgers. Stay with us on Radio Plus.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
Back here at Fruth Memorial Field. Glad to have you along. Jordan King and Lance LeCue with you. Once again, an 8-play, 52-yard drive for the Ledgers, capped off by a Will Stellmacher touchdown run from 3 yards out. This is Ethan Hill on the near side, and a nice return for Oconto Falls. And that's out to the 27 or 28. We'll see where they mark them. Looks like it's going to be the 20. Oh, man, even better than I thought. I don't know that he got to the 30. Oh, now they're going to march it back a second.
There you
29.
go.
We'll split the difference, they say. Yeah, good enough. So after a 3-and-out the first time around, Oconto Falls going to give it another shot here, starting with a little bit better field position. It's a nice return. Normally they tell you not to pick those up inside the 5-yard line, but good run back by Hill. So White goes under center, sends a man in motion, the turn, the give to Hill, and he's stacked up in the backfield. The first man to meet him is number 22, Matthew Mueller, and they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't know about that.
If he did, that was an excellent run by Ethan Hill, but no gain on the play, and it remains 2nd and 10 and a half. After 3 incompletions on the first time around, check that, they did have that 3rd down run on the last drive, but have not completed a pass yet. This time they're going a little more power. First play was. The second play looks like it as well. The give to Hill near side. He's hitting the backfield yet again.
Got 24, Jackson Sobel on the play there. A swarm of Ledgers helping out on the tackle.
Yeah, Christian Flores came flying in from the other side of the play, and he even made a play on that as well. As you mentioned, though, Sobel did a nice job there to set the edge. Loss of 2 makes it 3rd and 12. So Oconto Falls has struggled mightily here early on to move the football. 2 receivers to the top. They got a tight end on the near side, a fullback, along with White and Hill in the backfield. Here is Nathaniel White, rolls out, darted across the middle, and it nearly picked off again, that time off the hands of number 8, Joey Kuhn. Second time Kuhn's had his hands on one.
He's gonna get one of these, I have a feeling. The Ledgers have had a couple of opportunities at turnovers, and I mean, you'll take 3-and-outs, but nothing beats an interception or grabbing a fumble for your defense, get that momentum for the team.
Yeah, you could tell last year already, Joey Kuhn, working as a sophomore in that secondary, had a really nice second half of the season, did Joey Kuhn. Here's the punt. This one, fair catch called for, and maybe better blocking, although it was muffed. A little bit better blocking maybe than number 2, Jack Judkins, thought he had, although.
Hey, a little bit of space there, but you'll take the fair catch, play things safe.
Just keep possession, right?
Right.
And last week, you did have Ben Baker return a couple of punts, maybe putting Judkins back there. Maybe it's an opportunity to maybe give Ben Baker maybe a snap or 2 off. I don't know.
Right.
The kid's out there the whole game, right? So
Judkins, the junior, give him a little bit of a role for this team and see how he does with it.
This time starting from their own 42-yard line. Here come the Ledgers and Xander Lenz. Lenz, the give to Stellmacher. Stellmacher with a couple of nice moves. He dances through the hole, and once again a shoestring away from busting a big one. Even still, it's going to be a pickup of 15 on the play for Will Stellmacher.
A couple of nice jukes there. He's got some moves.
Goodness me, he's up to 47 yards rushing here in this first quarter. When a running back can move like that, Lance, it's fun to watch.
Right.
And he finishes them with power too, right?
Right. He's almost got his rushing total from last week already. And I think he might have just gotten it there.
Yeah, I think so. Pickup of 2 on the play. I'll tell you what, every time he falls ahead, he's being spotted about a yard short. But 2nd and 8 for Will Stellmacher. So he's right there, isn't he?
He's not the biggest guy on the team by any measure there, but he's just got that quickness to him, and he brings power to his rushing that you don't, as a defensive player, you don't want to be on the other side and get hit by him.
At 5'8", 165, he doesn't run his size, to your point.
No.
Here is Stelmacher again, and there's the speed and the quickness to get through the hole, and he turns a 2nd and 8 into a 3rd and 1, pickup of 7 for Stelmacher, and as you mentioned, he's already eclipsed his total from a week ago.
He runs like he's 6 foot, 200 pounds, and if you were looking at the roster, you'd be a little bit surprised to see. He's not one of the bigger guys, but he definitely acts like it there on the field.
Single receiver to either side. Ben Baker's tucked in as a tight end right now along with Jackson Sobel. Xander Lenz catches the shotgun snap, and this time great penetration, a nice play by Jagger Reed, who meets Stelmacher in the backfield and drops him for a loss of 2. It's going to be 4th down and 3.
Had to have been some kind of a miscommunication there. That's a rare miss by the Springs offense early on.
Yeah, just the second negative play that we've seen. They've blocked it up in the middle there really well. I think you're spot on there. Trio up to the top. It's 4th down and 3. Here's Xander Lenz, shotgun formation. He's going to run it to the near side. He's got the speed. He's got the edge. And Xander Lenz down the left sideline, hand in the air, touchdown. 36 yards to the house. There's no flags on the field. What a run from Lenz.
That's a great way to capitalize on a negative play, turning it immediately into one of the biggest plays in the game. As soon as he got the edge there, he was gone.
On 4th and 3, a 36-yard touchdown run, and just like that, Xander Lenz is up to 49 yards rushing. They haven't had to put the ball in the air yet, Lance, and look at that on the Quest Interior scoreboard. We got a 13-0 score.
And make that 14.
Bentley Kuhn says reliable as he always is. Let's take a timeout here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Springs with a 14-0 lead. Stay with us.
You've dreamt of the kind of home you want to live in for years. Now is the time to turn that dream into a reality. Quest Interiors has you covered with flooring, cabinetry, and countertops all in one place. From kitchens and bathrooms to family and bedrooms, bring your vision to life with professional installation. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Play is everything. It's development, expression, fun, socialization, community, inclusion, connection.
Back here at Fruth Field. Glad to have you along here. Jordan King and Lance LeCue with you. Bentley Kuhn sends it. Oh, that's a perfect kick, and it rolls down to the 5-yard line. Taken there by Hill. Hill comes to the near side, a flag on the field. And we'll see if that backs him up. Enough more good kick coverage here from the Ledgers, and another good kick from Bentley Kuhn. I don't think people realize you're not, if it goes through the end zone, that's fine. 20-yard line's not bad, but if you can put it kind of down in that corner and make a guy run and go get it and pick it up, odds are you're going to be able to pin him back.
Yeah, exactly as you said. If you can get it within the 10-yard line, and by the time the coverage is down there, there's not much room to run. Anytime you can pin a team within their own 20, that sets your defense up in great position.
And we'll see what the call is here. They're going to march him back, so I didn't see – I'm not sure the referee even announced it, either a block in the back or a holding call. Puts it at the 18-yard line, so this is not a good start from Oconto Falls. Their worst starting field position of the day, and they're down 14-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Not where you want to be.
Yeah, you can't ask for much of a better start here from Springs. Complete night and day from last week.
Here is Hill near side. Helmet pops off.
Somebody lost their bonnet.
One of the linemen, that was the big fullback, number 49, Isaiah Raddert, coming slamming through the hole. His helmet popped off. Pickup of maybe 5.5, give him 6. That's the best run of the day so far for Hill, and it leads to a 2nd and 4. See what Oconto Falls tries to pull out here on their third possession after going 3 and out on the first 2.
Surprised we're still in the first quarter.
With all the running, no kidding. Receiver to either side, 2 tight ends, and a running back in the backfield along with Nathaniel White. And a false start. So after picking up 6, their best run of the night, they give back 5 of them, and it's 2nd and long, just like we've seen so often.
Yeah, a couple penalties on the kickoff and now here on offense, and you got mental mistakes starting to become a factor for Oconto Falls, and as a Springs fan, you love to see that. Maybe we'll get that turnover on this drive. I've kind of got a feeling.
2nd and 9 from the 19-yard line with 1:52 to go here in this first quarter. And a 14-0 lead. This is when it starts to get fun to play defense, right? You get the big lead.
All the momentum on your side, absolutely. The home crowd behind you.
Here's a throw to the near side. First pass completed of the night for Nathaniel White, and it goes to Elijah White.
Not much there, but any positive yardage for them is they'll take it at this point.
Absolutely. It looks like he picked up about 4. We'll call it 3rd and 5 for Oconto Falls with 1.5 minutes or so to play here in this first quarter. Do have a halftime score from Winnebago Lutheran and Amherst. That's an area game we are not, Radio Plus not covering tonight. WLA down 22-0 as they don't have any momentum. We're seeing St. Cat's, the defending D4 state champs. They lost to them last week, and Amherst, quality team as well. Here's the give to the up man, and there's a first down for Oconto Falls, the first of the game for Oconto Falls.
There's a nice hole there on the left side, power through.
Isaiah Raddert on the run picks up the Panthers' first down, and that was got about 10 on that play. That was clearly their best run of the evening. So a 1st and 10. First time moving the chains for the Panthers. Under center goes White. Receiver to either side. They've gone more of this bigger package. Handoff to White around the edge, and he is stuffed there. Number 66, Billy Everson, out to the edge, slung him down, had some help as well.
Yeah, it looked like number 9, Kale Krusik, also on the play. It's been a trend. Springs flying to the ball together, and it's not just one guy making the tackle. It's 2-3 guys on the ball carrier, so they're playing well together as a unit on that defense.
Kale Krusik, one of the players, actually the only player singled out by Coach Wilderman after week 1, said, I liked how he flew around on the defensive side of the ball. That you saw it there. So 2nd and a long 9. Might as well just call it 10 here for Oconto Falls. White the give to their best runner so far, the fullback Raddert, and he picks up about 2.5, 3. It's 3rd and a long 6, we'll call it, for the Panthers.
Key 3rd down here coming up for Springs. Obviously, you'd like to get off the field with the ball in their territory so that you return a punt, and well, that's actually the end of the first quarter finally.
That'll close us out here in the first quarter. Here to end the first quarter, we have our Trend Lenstruck Student Athlete of the Week. That's coming up right now on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Over 130 yards and a couple of touchdowns for Mason Henschel. He's our Radio Plus Video Sports and Lens Truck Center of Fond du Lac Student Athlete of the Week. And the handoff is going to go to Henschel. He's got some running room. There goes Henschel to the 50, down to the 40, 30. Finally gets caught up out of bounds. Brady Helms knocks him out. Henschel with a big-time Fond du Lac run.
Yeah, we go in the locker room, we have a little bit of time to think about it, go over formation and stuff, and just go out there and you got to go. First half I wasn't awake got to turn that switch on sometime, so yeah.
Again, congratulations to number 4, Mason Henschel. He's our Student Athlete of the Week this week from Radio Plus Video Sports and Lens Truck Center.
If you want a truck or an an SUV. Go to Lynn till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lance Truck, Lance Truck. We got the trucks at Lance Truck.
Back here at Fruth Memorial Field as we close out our first quarter. Our first quarter tonight was sponsored by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. Appreciate them. And we're ready to go here for the second quarter, Lance, with a big 3rd and 6. You said it.
As I was saying before the quarter break, this is a key 3rd down here for Springs to get off the field and get some good field position for their offense. We'll see.
White going to come out the near side, then throw it back over. That's a well-designed play there, and a really nice pitch and catch there from White to Hill. Hill just snuck out of the backside there.
Yep.
And we've seen White come out this near side and throw it this way. This time, Springs flowed that way. A nice misdirection there from Oconto Falls.
Yeah, just kind of lost contained there on the left side of the Springs defense. It seems like they're kind of pulling out a lot of trick plays early on here, but I suppose when you're down 14-0, you got to open up the playbook a little bit if you're Oconto Falls.
So 1st and 10, their first venture into Springs territory this evening. For the Panthers, under center goes White. Sends a man in motion.
Nice job not jumping there when you're in Springs.
Heavy set up to the top, and a good run this time from Hill. So Hill with a couple of nice plays right in a row that picked up roughly 30 yards. A little bit short of that, but Hill starting to get something going here offensively.
I think it's safe to say that Oconto Falls has a drive going here. First drive of the night.
Yeah, after a couple of 3 and outs to start things, there you go.
Seems they've figured things out on their own.
Ball at the 37-yard line of the Ledgers. And once again, this heavy set, they started out that first possession, they had four receivers and 3 receivers out the whole time. Now they've gone a little heavier package. They're going to try to run the football. And a little bit more success this drive for the Panthers. Pick up a 4 there for Hill.
Yep, that defensive line is going to get tested here.
And I guess why not? You look, last week for Lake Country Lutheran, they were able to move the ball on the ground against the Ledgers as well. I mean, I know they threw it for over 100 yards, but 160 or so on the ground for Lake Country Lutheran. Here is White in the shotgun with a couple of men to the top side. Now they're going to send a man in motion to the near side. 2 tight ends. And there's a great play in the backfield. First guy there was Matthew Mueller. And that's the second time he's had a tackle for loss.
Nice response there. Like I just mentioned, the front 7 of Springs needed to step up, shut this drive down. Now they're backed up quite a bit here. Big 3rd down for Oconto Falls coming up.
3rd down and 9. This is the second 3rd down of this possession. Last time they pulled out the screen pass to Hill. We'll see what White and company has up their sleeve this time. 2 receivers to the near side. They're going to go 4 wide. 2 receivers either side with Hill in the backfield along with White. 3rd down and 9. Shotgun snap, looks to the top side, now comes back down to the
there it is
slot, and there you called it. You said at the start of this 3rd drive when we were still in the first quarter, you said, I can feel it, and guess who? The man who has 2 tackles for loss now has a pick, Matthew Mueller.
Sometimes you get that feeling, and I mean, I keep saying this Springs as a team, as a whole, just look completely different than they did last week. They've got the energy, they've got that fire this week, and you just kind of get that feeling sometimes.
37-yard line is where Springs will now start their new drive. First time Oconto Falls gets it into Springs territory. They're there for a couple of plays and then turn it over. So here is Xander Lenz in the offense once again. Lenz near side with Ben Baker just over the outstretched arm. And here goes Baker. Baker with 2 jukes.
He's
Baker's
gone.
going to take it to the house. We'll see. Can he outrun a couple of more Oconto Falls Panthers? He cannot. But Ben Baker takes the ball from his own 37 down to the 19-yard line.
It looked like he was off to the races there. He just got caught at the end, but just like last week, they get that turnover to start the second half. They get a turnover here now to start the second quarter, and look what it leads to.
And we're going to have a timeout here, I believe, was taken by Oconto Falls. Let's take it with them. We'll come back. The Ledger's already into the red zone after one play. You're watching Springs football on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Play is everything. It's development, expression, fun, socialization, community, inclusion, connection, adventure, and discovery. We need play at all ages and stages of life to keep us and our communities healthy and happy and full of energy and excitement. Join our movement. Bring intergenerational, inclusive, and developmentally rich play to your community today. Visit bciburke.com and see how play can move you.
Call us when you need a company you can trust.
You hear it all the time, but what does it mean? This is Danny and Heather at AirTech Heating, and for our company, it means we do right by our customers and provide them quality service for superior home comfort.
It means our prices are competitive and fair. It means that we stand behind our work. It means doing whatever it takes.
To whom you trust, your family's safety and comfort does matter. Call the team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742 when you need a company you can trust.
Back here at Fruth Memorial Field, Jordan King and Lance LeCue with you. 39 yards all told on the first completion of the game, first attempted pass of the game from Xander Lenz to Ben Baker. Baker made a couple of beautiful moves. Took it 39 yards down to the 19-yard line, which is where Will Stellmacher will take the handoff. Stellmacher down the near side, or far side, excuse me.
Lots of laundry on this one.
Yeah, he got his face mask pulled there. And this is going to be half the distance to the goal, I got to believe. Unless I missed a hold somewhere and didn't see a... Sure looked like Stellmacher got his face mask turned. Yeah.
That'll be the call.
And looks like it was just a 5-yard version. They still have that in high school football, so it should be added to the end of the run, I would think. So it should be near another first down because I picked up about 4. Maybe just short.
They're not sure whether to move the sticks.
Well, they should not move the sticks because it started at the 19. If it's at the 10, yeah. So
looks like it'll be just short.
Stellmacher did pick up 4 on the play, plus the 5 for the face mask, and it leads to
second and 1.
It should be second and 1, I believe. They got first down on the far side marker, but I believe if you're going to take that, you need. So here's Stellmacher. He's going to have first down anyway. Doesn't matter.
Touchdown.
Beautiful cut back from Will Stellmacher. A play that was supposed to go to the left. He cut it back to the right and found a lot of open space there, Lance, and it's 20-0.
Very impressive start tonight.
It takes the Ledgers just 3 plays to go 63 yards and score their 3rd touchdown of the night. Second for Will Stellmacher. Coming up at halftime, we'll get you his first half statistics because he, just doing some quick math in my head, he's going to be nearing the 75-yard mark here pretty quick. Kuntz on for the extra point. It's good as is usual. 21-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. The Ledgers lead Oconto Falls. Looks like everything's all right in the world. Let's take a timeout. We're back with more after this on RP Video Sports.
Located in Lamira, Wisconsin, Schaefer Auto is your go-to destination for quality used vehicles at unbeatable prices. Our mission is to provide dependable cars that fit your budget, and we take pride in offering a wide selection of makes, models, years, and mileage options. If the vehicle you're looking for isn't on our lot, don't worry. Our team is dedicated to finding exactly what you need. Visit Schaefer Auto for your next purchase, where we'll work with you to find a car tailored to meet your needs. Schaefer Auto.
Back at Fruth Memorial Field, here comes Bentley Coots getting ready to kick this thing deep. Gotten a lot of work here in this first half. This will be kickoff number 4 for him. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in this second quarter. The second quarter is brought to you by Michaels Corporation. This one a little bit shorter, and it's going to be caught by number 7, Alex Kricherik. And he's going to come to the near side, get slung down there by a couple of ledgers, and give Oconto Falls its best field position to start a drive out just outside the 35-yard line. You just mentioned it, they're kind of going to break, Lance, but man, this first half has been just what the doctor ordered for the Ledgers.
Yeah, this is definitely more of what you're used to seeing if you're a Springs fan, a team that comes out and is ready to play right away. Offense firing on all cylinders, defense not giving up much room, and a big lead before we're even into the half.
So Oconto Falls back out for their 4th drive of the game. They've had a couple of 3-and-outs in their last drive, able to actually march down the field, but they threw a pick. First carry and first action of the night for number 11, Logan Berg, and Berg is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Got about a half yard, 2nd and 9. Eight minutes and counting here in this first half. That has been dominated by St. Mary's Springs. And this is a tough one here for Oconto Falls now because what do you go to? Nothing's worked. You've tried the pass. It hasn't been fruitful for you as of yet, but we'll see what they try to turn to here. They got a fullback in the backfield along with their running back Hill and White, the quarterback, under center. Give is to the up man. And, man, the driving legs of the big fullback, Isaiah Rattert, picks up about 5. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Solid push there from Oconto Falls to get a couple extra yards. And I was just thinking, there hasn't really been a flaw or weakness so far that I've seen from Springs tonight. So as far as what do you do if you're Oconto Falls, I mean, you just got to do what you think is going to get you short yardage a little bit at a time. I would say sooner rather than later, you got to maybe open up to some passing game, challenge that secondary of Springs, but even then, you're dealing with an experienced unit, so we'll just have to see what they've got to try and get back in this ball game.
And they've only completed 1 pass and have thrown a pick so far. White going with the hard count, looks to the top side of the field. He's got a man who had a step over there on Kuhn, but Ben Baker was also in the area to provide double coverage over the top, and I think if you're Coach Wilderman, you are perfectly okay with throws like that the rest of the way. It's 4th and 3.
Yeah, he overshot him a little bit. He had a little bit of space to get that pass completed, but as you said, Ben Baker right there playing safety was right in position to make the tackle.
Baker's going to be the man deep this time for the punt. And we'll see if it is indeed a punt. It looks like it's going to be. End over end kick. Baker catches at the 26-yard line, makes a man miss on the far side with a stiff arm, and then goes out of bounds right around the 35-yard line. 36 is where they will mark it, and that's where Springs will start its next drive. I think they maybe brought it back a yard or 2. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be inside the 35 at the 34. So another 3-and-out. This Springs defense, 3 of the 4 possessions, Lance, 3-and-out, get off the field.
Yep, and I wouldn't be surprised at all to see these last 6 minutes get drained off the clock with, one of the classic Springs drives that aren't really fancy or have a lot of flair to them, but they drain the clock and they run the ball, they pound it down your throat, and they are effective with what they do.
And Springs going to have to take a timeout here. They didn't have their personnel on the field quickly enough, and they're going to take a timeout. Let's take it with them. Springs leads at 21-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. We're back with more right after this.
Life is full of milestones, big and small. At Fond du Lac Credit Union, we're proud to be a part of your journey. From landing your first job to moving into your dream home, starting a family, or planning for what's next, We make the money part easy so you can focus on what matters most. Whatever stage you're in, we're right there with you. Fond du Lac Credit Union, here for life in every stage along the way. For more information, visit fdlcu.com or stop in today.
I've been trying to find
Back here at Fruth, glad to have you along here. Jordan King and Lance LeCue with you on Radio Plus Video Sports. We want you to keep it right here with this one, but we also got you covered elsewhere. Got Waupun going on tonight. Fondy's playing. And a couple of more flyweight teams, Lance, trying to go to 2-0. Mayville and Lamira.
Right.
Get into flyweight conference action next week. And final tune-ups here tonight. Tell you what, so far so good for Springs. They look like they have exercised a few demons. Here's the pitch to Stelmacher. Stelmacher with Baker out ahead of blocking for him. And he cuts up past the 45-yard line to the 48. That is a good drive starter there. Picks up 12. And a first down.
And there's Stelmacher once again with that speed, just jetting to the outside. And, he's one cut away from taking it all the way.
When it's about moving the chains or moving into a new place, Addison Jones is the call. So that was the first play of the drive after the personnel miscues. A first down on the first play. Xander Lenz sends Baker in motion. The give up the center gives not much there as Stelmacher gets chopped down after about a half a yard. Wonder if that's a keep there and a pitch to Baker, Baker might still be running. Yeah. Easy to say up here, obviously.
Right. It seems like they've had a lot more success running outside than in between the tackles, but at any given moment, they definitely have the personnel with Stelmacher, Baker, even Lenz keeping it himself. Any one of them can bust a run for plenty of yardage.
We've seen it all already. We've seen all three of those guys go for big yardage. Two of the three have gotten into the end zone as well. Baker in motion yet again. Stelmacher tries to bounce this one, then cuts back up the middle. Stelmacher's gone.
If he just keeps running straight.
This is going to be a 53-yard, touchdown run for Stelmacher.
Well, they proved me wrong this time. I said that they were going to drain the rest of the clock off this second quarter, but they wasted no time there getting more points on the board.
Back-to-back three-play drives. The last one went 63 yards. This one goes 66 yards. And it's capped off by a 53-yard touchdown run from Will Stelmacher, his third of the night.
I think we got an early contender for player of the game.
Yeah, we don't got to get creative with this one at all. Kuntz knocks through the extra point. 28-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Let's take a timeout here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Back with more after this.
The Roush Insurance Agency, and proud to sponsor our local athletes doing what they love. Do you have people in your life that you love? Your loved ones count on you. Hi, this is Tony Walters, agent with the Roush Insurance Agency. Let us at the Roush Insurance Agency give you a free, no-obligation life insurance quote so you're safe and secure for when the unexpected happens. To find out more about your free, no-obligation quote, give us a call today. The Roush Insurance Agency, properly insuring you for your future. Good luck, area athletes, on your quest to a state title.
4 minutes and 50 seconds left in this second quarter. This whole first half has been dominated by Springs. 4 possessions each team. Springs has forced 3 and outs on 3 of the 4 Oconto Falls possessions, and Springs has scored on all 4 of theirs.
And plus the turnover, so the defense has done their job. The offense has come out and done much better than last week, and we got some.
Yeah, here comes Hill near side, but I think this one's coming back. Couple of flags thrown, and these flags thrown on the part of the field that wasn't even related to the play.
Right.
And I know some people have certain opinions about flags getting thrown on the backsides of plays, but hey, if it's a hold, it's supposed to be a hold, right? So that's what they got on the far side.
Looks like they're backing them up.
Couple of holds from Oconto Falls. One was at the 25. That is a killer. That's going to put them down inside their own 15-yard line.
And they go from thinking that they got the ball around midfield to once again being jammed within their own 20. So just not much going their way, Oconto Falls.
Bad to worse. If they're going to mark that at the 25, it should be down, 12.5-yard line. Half the distance to the goal. Well, probably put it at the 15. Yeah, just a block in the back. I don't know what I was thinking. That was bad math. I was thinking half the distance to the goal, but you don't do that out that far. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in this first half. Oconto Falls with their 5th possession. A reminder, Springs are going to get the football after the break as well, as they kicked it off to Oconto Falls to start this thing. Here's White looking to the near side, has pressure, throws it far side, no one there.
Nobody home.
And I think, you're just under so much pressure there, Lance, that I don't think he had any idea where his targets were supposed to be anyways. And this is, I'm second time I'm mentioning this in the second quarter, but this is when defense starts to get really fun, especially D-line. You're probably not going to see a ton of the run. You can kind of pin the ears back right now, can't you?
Right. If you're playing on defense right now, you're out there having all the fun in the world. The pressure is on the opposing offense, and if you can relax, that's when you play your best football.
Near side, here comes Hill, and he picks up about 4. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
A 3 and out here. And if you're Springs, you're looking at getting the ball close to midfield. So I mentioned on the last drive, it looks like they're going to hang on to the ball and run out the rest of the clock. That's what we're used to. But we got to remember this is a new Springs team here, and why not score as quickly as possible and get the ball back and score again, possibly look at a 35-0 lead at the half.
Not for a lack of trying. They did keep it on the ground. It just They're just
hard to be stopped tonight.
Got it rolling right now. Here comes White on a big 3rd down. White's going to feather a pass in there. Nice catch made by the tight end. Coming across the middle. I'll tell you what, number 88, J.J. Pitleski, looks like he's going to be a handful for some teams up in that Northwoods Conference for Oconto Falls. He is an impressive-looking athlete, and right there picked up the first down on a nice crossing pattern from the tight end spot.
Some life finally from Oconto Falls offense. Now it's just time to see if they can keep it going here, and maybe they can get a drive. They got 3.5 minutes, a little bit more than to get a drive going and get some points that they desperately need.
First down here for Oconto Falls. Straight back to Hill on the ground, and he's going to pick up 3. 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. With 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. And I think that was an important first down, because I think they don't pick that up. You stop the clock with an incomplete pass. I think even if they were short, Coach Wilderman might have used a timeout. I mean, you're right. You're looking at Springs probably licking their chops, thinking we can put 35 points on this board, and that first down, if nothing else for Oconto Falls, run a little bit more of this clock, get to this halftime.
Right. Even if you don't get points here for Oconto Falls, you're preventing the ball from getting back into Springs' hands. And
here goes Hill yet again. Nice cut. And I'll tell you what, when he's had space, he's looked like an impressive running back. He picks up about 10 there, just short of 10 yards. Problem is Springs front 7 hasn't allowed him the space.
Right. They've looked a lot better tonight than last week, where they ran for 193 yards. Yeah, 193 yards and 3 touchdowns, Lake Country Lutheran. So
I think Coach Wilderman's going to be much happier when he sees the stats come back, and a lot more tackles for the linebackers and defensive line tonight.
Right, getting those guys involved instead of leaning on that secondary.
So creeping down towards 2 minutes to go here in this first half, and back to Hill on the ground, and he's going to step through a tackle, but then get absolutely bottled up. Joshua ducks the first one there.
Gang of tacklers there from Springs, at least 3 I counted.
Krusik involved as he usually is.
Billy Everson.
Yeah.
Another one of those linebackers.
So ticking down under 2 minutes, and I think the coaching staff from Oconto Falls may be thinking similarly to us. You know, let's not put the ball in any danger here. Let's get this closer to a minute. Maybe then you can start to unleash some things depending on where you are on the field.
I would say right around midfield here, they got to, with a minute and a half, start throwing the ball if they want to have any chance at points.
They're going to throw it here, looking to the top side of the field. Nice catch made there by number 9, Elijah White. He went up and got that, but he only picked up a yard.
Not a whole lot of yards there. It almost looked like that had a chance at being intercepted as well. Threw it into traffic.
It's going to be a timeout from Oconto Falls, so let's take it with them. $1:19 to go here in this first half. Springs on top big over Oconto Falls. You're watching on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Cleaning your gutters is a pain, but ignoring them could ruin the value of your home. Gutter Helmet is the solution. Choose the perfect color to blend with your home, and our certified technicians will install Gutter Helmet in less than a day. Call Gutter Helmet today to never clean your gutters again.
Welcome back on RP Video Sports. Glad to have you along here. Jordan King and Lance LeCue with you, and it's a 28-0 lead for the Ledgers here in half number 1. Minute 19 left to go, and another big 3rd down and 5, and we'll see what the strategy is here from Oconto Falls. If they just try to pick up a chunk of this, maybe 4-down territory, or see if they put it in the air here right away. They're going to throw. White looks to the top side. Ducks came through with the pressure. This one, a beautiful pass. It's caught by White. White's going to go the distance. One play out of the timeout, and it's a 51-yard touchdown strike from Nathaniel White to Elijah White.
That's, if you're Coach Wilderman, I would say that's not what you want heading into the half, especially coming out of a timeout. Some kind of miscommunication had to happen there.
Looked like Ben Baker just a little bit late. He hit him, but he didn't wrap him up. Hit him hard, but didn't wrap him up. And White just kind of bounced off and going to go for 2 here. No one in the backfield. Couple of fullbacks, couple of tight ends, receivers, and White in the shotgun.
Possible QB draw.
White comes to the near side, going to go back to White. And Elijah White catches a 52-yard touchdown pass and then pays it off with another 2-point conversion as well. So 28-8 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. We'll take a timeout. Springs still in control here on RP Video Sports.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondy Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at fondyfamilydental.com.
So the first bit of positivity here from an Oconto Falls perspective as they get the big pass play from White to White. Yeah. And
I just mentioned that hadn't seen a weakness or a flaw in Springs' game here tonight, and then right out of a timeout, just that one play it took to get some points on the board for Oconto Falls, and I mean, they still got a nice, healthy lead. But
big hole here on the near side. And here goes Zane Wilson. Wilson almost steps through a tackle and a couple of flags. Yeah, right behind the play. And so maybe it comes back, but a holding penalty or a block in the back out on the 42 is it's not quite as costly as the one we saw earlier from Oconto Falls back in their own 20.
Right.
So this will obviously move Springs back a little bit further, but they'll still be outside their own 30. A beautiful return there from Zane Wilson. They haven't needed to throw the ball, so we haven't seen him in action yet. But
I think
very athletic run there.
I think we might see a pass or two here on this last drive before the half with a minute to go. Or, I mean, you just keep it on the ground, run out the clock, and maybe Stellmacher busts another one loose, or maybe they hand it to Ben Baker and he goes for a long score. You never know.
Well, that was a very poorly marked off penalty. That was the Hankies were laying on the 42. They marked it off to the 30. I've never heard of a 12-yard penalty before, but it was a hold/block in the back.
And now we got a timeout.
And a timeout for Oconto Falls as they're going to talk about what they want to do with 1 minute remaining. And we'll talk about what we want to do. No, I'm just kidding. We'll talk about more Springs football when we come back. Let's take a timeout here on RP Video Sports.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
First play of this drive here for Springs. The pass from Xander Lenz. It's out to Sobel. Jackson Sobel gets to the sideline, and he's out of bounds. Just shy of Panther territory for Jackson Sobel. That was a pass play that went for 19 yards.
It looks like they're going to run the hurry up here. And as I mentioned, wasn't sure if they were going to get some of the passing game in or if they're just going to keep running the ball. Looks like we're going pass early here.
Obviously, don't have to go too fast. Got out of bounds there, but they had 2 plays called. Here's Stellmacher. Stellmacher goes to the far side. Stellmacher cuts back up and picks up a first down. A pickup of 11 yards for Stellmacher.
Another first down to keep moving the chains, so good start here. Obviously looking for some more points if your Springs get that touchdown back.
When it's about moving the chains or moving to a new place, Addison Jones is the call. 36 seconds and counting down here. Xander Lenz, shotgun, takes it out to Baker. Ben Baker gets out of bounds. Pickup of about 6 or 7 on that far side. So this has looked very, very good from Springs. They still have 30 seconds. You have a good kicker. Oh, that was marked well short of what I thought he got out, but about 5 yards is the pickup for Ben Baker. So we'll call it 2nd down and 5. But a good job here. 2 pass plays, Lance, and just heady plays from Jackson Sobel and from Ben Baker to get out of bounds on that far side and preserve some time.
Yep, 30 seconds to go here. I would say get another 20 yards maybe and you're in Kuntz field goal position, but we'll see.
Springs still with a couple of timeouts, so they have plenty of time here to put more points on the board here before halftime. Here's Xander Lenz, looks to the far side yet again. This one's tipped, and it's straight to Garver Beekle. And Beekle down inside the 15, or down the inside 20, down to the 19-yard line. And a nice pickup there. That's a pickup of 16 yards for Garver Beekle.
It's a great job there fighting for the extra yardage. And like I just said, it looks like they're right about in that field goal range now with 22 seconds left. I would say get another play, maybe 2 off, and then set yourself up in position for at least 3 here.
And it's a timeout here from Springs. And we'll come back in 30 seconds. Let's take a quick 30 here on RP Video Sports.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go.
Here's to summer, your adventures, and the places they take you. Arrive in comfort and style in a new Buick Encore or Envision. Now with rates from 0.9% plus deferred payments or other enticing offers. Get ready to travel the road ahead.
We are all looking for adventure.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive Fond du Lac. It's worth the trip.
There you go. Back here at Fruth Field, here's Xander Lenz. Near side shot, overshot Sabel.
Wanted to show off the arm there.
Yeah, holy smokes. Sabel had a step, but Lenz, I mean, obviously you can't put that in harm's way. That one's got to be to the pylon, right? That's the throw.
I think just the timing a little bit off there. If you wait another second, let Sabel get to the corner of the end zone, they might have had him.
You just saw our friends from Holiday Automotive. The Holiday Automotive halftime show coming up next. We'll have highlights from our first half of action here. Give you some stats during the halftime break, which is in 17 seconds of game time. Here is Lenz once again on 2nd down and 10. Lenz pitches it off to Stellmacher. Stellmacher, and a flag comes flying in. Stellmacher is helicoptered down inside the 3-yard line. And
see what that flag is.
Kale Krusik limping off the field too. Hope he's okay. That's a big part of that spring secondary. Almost looks like a cramp for him. Yeah, he's going to get some stretching out. I'll be interested what this flag is for, because I didn't see
looked clean to me, but
anyone out here near Stellmacher, and it was right around where Stellmacher caught the pass. That he was the only one in that area.
Maybe a defensive hold. They're talking with Springs coach down there.
So a meeting of the minds. And they get – nice thing for Springs here is with 9 seconds left, you can get your play put in, although – you have 2 timeouts. You don't really need to rush anything here. We'll see what the call.
Yeah, you really only have time here for
ineligible, man downfield. So one of the linemen was too far down the field. And so that's going to negate a play that had the ball down on the 2.
I would say you maybe try a quick play here. Either get out of bounds or call a timeout with a few seconds left and then kick the 3.
From right here, you would be looking at about a 40 or a 41-yard field goal attempt. Springs just with 1 timeout left, and they don't have to rush it here because the clock stopped on the penalty. It looks like they're going to take a touchdown shot. Here's Xander Lenz. Lenz got to be careful. He's got to get out of bounds. He's not going to be able to.
Yeah.
That's a blindside block as well. So a penalty flags come flying in from the hit on Jackson Sabel, and Lenz didn't get down quick enough, and Coach Wilderman is giving him an earful right now as the clock management here is going to get it to halftime with no more points on the board. So 28-8. We'll stick around here for the official call, but that was a blindside block from Jackson Sabel, so a personal foul. They don't need to worry about it. It's halftime. So 28-8 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Officially halftime. We'll take a timeout. That was about as good a last 4 minutes as could have gone for Oconto Falls, all things considered. We'll talk about that, break down this first half when we come back with the Holiday Automotive Halftime Show. That's next on RP Video Sports. Stay with us.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. The design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Casino. Do you copy?
Yep, loud and clear.
I'm reporting a successful mission from our new location. This new technology is out of this world. Canon, Nikon, Sony, the best images yet. Look at all these new tripods and bags. The best selection south of the sun.
Great. When can we expect the shipment?
In about a week. as I don't get stranded.
For stellar products and service, visit Camera Casino at our downtown Oshkosh location.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Mars Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
Safety is first and foremost on what we do every day.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com. At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go, delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
One of my favorite things about working at Hoppers is meeting all the new people, seeing all the new faces come in. We come out with a new product or a new way to do something and they come in. I find a lot of joy in just seeing them smile.
I think that all of our customers come in with a vision and they have an idea in their head of like what they want their apparel to look like. Our goal is to exceed the customer's expectations by providing them with high quality apparel and help bring their ideas to life.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademans, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff, blessed be the president of Marian University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marian University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marian University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres.
We return here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Glad to have you along. Jordan King along with Lance LeCue. These are the Holiday Automotive highlights. They're brought to you by Holiday. It's worth the trip. Halftime here, 28-8 between Oconto Falls and Springs. Springs started out that half gangbusters there, Lance, and we'll get to the stats in just a minute, but, not to sour on it. It's still a 20-point lead, right? It's still a 3-touchdown lead. But, late in that first half, you give up the big touchdown play on a third down. An opportunity maybe to put 3 more there and maybe a little clock mismanagement and just played yourself away from maybe a bigger lead heading into the halftime intermission.
Yeah, I mean, they played about as perfect of a half as you could ask for. Up until that last 3-4 minute stretch, as you had mentioned, things getting a little sloppy there. Oconto Falls taking a timeout, and then that first play coming back, striking on the long touchdown pass. That's one thing, but then to double down, getting the ball back on offense. They had a nice drive there at the end. It was looking like they were going to get points, whether it would be 3 on the field goal or getting back into the end zone, and to not come up with anything just based on simple clock mismanagement, that can be expected, especially with an inexperienced quarterback, this being his first year starting for the Ledgers. But I think the second half, you just got to come out with that same energy that they had to begin the game, and you might be not looking at those mistakes as really that big of a deal at the end of things here, but just things that you wish that you had back, opportunities that they kind of let go there at the end of the half.
Unofficial statistics, Xander Lenz has thrown for 79 yards. 44 of those have gone to their leading receiver, Ben Baker. And how about this for Will Stelmacher in the first half, 145 yards and 3 touchdowns. So 95 yards more than he had last week, 3 touchdowns. He's looked really, really good, and part of the reason this offense looked so good there in that first half, Lance.
Yeah, I would say another solid quarter from the Ledgers offense, and he might have the rest of the night off with how he's been playing. They've been firing on all cylinders. Both the run game has looked excellent, the pass game has looked pretty solid. I think that, like I said, one more quarter of solid play on the offense, if they can get another couple scores, and then on defense, limit the damage to just that 8 points, you might be looking at getting some backups in, some valuable playing time that fourth quarter.
Yeah, and obviously, as you mentioned, just tuning things back up on that defensive side where they were so dominant all half, and it really just came down to one play just about at the end of that first half. And again, Springs does receive the football to start the second half, so not all doom and gloom for the Ledgers. Springs leads at 28-8. Couple more flyway scores I want to give you at halftime. Mayville leads Houston 35-0. That is a big-time margin there for Mayville at halftime. And the Cardinals expected to be one of the class of the conference yet again and be contending for a flyway championship.
Right.
And an opportunity maybe for them to put a stake in the ground, a common opponent with Lemira, that rivalry early on. Lemira's playing Oostburg tonight. They lead at 28-0 at halftime, so not to be outdone.
Going neck and neck there, trying to be who's the more dominant team this week, and then you got the Springs in the mix, obviously.
Yeah.
3 of the top teams in the conference each trying to outdo the other here in the early on, going in week 2.
Elsewhere, you can find those on the Radio Plus Jeff's Live Streams family of network of streams here. All right, Taco Bell trivia. Order your favorite Taco Bell menu items online and pick up at the drive-thru at all Taco Bell Fond du Lac locations. Live Mas. Taco Bell. You got to answer in the chat. No more email. You got to answer in the chat. This is a 2-part question. Oconto Falls, what's their mascot and what conference do they play in? There you go. Pretty simple. Pretty simple to find that information.
We mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. We haven't mentioned the mascot a whole lot. We've been referring to them just as Oconto Falls, but either you know it offhand or get on the Google.
Jump in the chat, man. Go quick.
Get that answer here.
There you go. Win yourself some Taco Bell. That's Taco Bell trivia brought to us by Taco Bell. So there you go. Halftime holiday automotive highlights. Let's take another timeout. We'll come back and we'll get you set for the second half where Springs will receive the football and try to continue to build on what is currently a 20-point lead, 28-8 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented by these 4 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors, Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Take a timeout. We'll come back here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Stay with us.
Dr. Shane Bauer of Bauer Chiropractic for progressive and traditional chiropractic care. If you're in pain, Bauer Chiropractic offers unique ways to provide relief for many types of pain and conditions. New to this area is MLS Class 4 cold laser therapy, which can be very effective with treating many nagging injuries such as plantar fasciitis, tennis elbow, shoulder pain, knee pain, and many others. Pain relief and prevention are 2 reasons to see Dr. Shane Bauer at 355 North Peters Avenue, Fond du Lac, or log on BauerChiroFDL.com.
Bob's Pizza now has its very own dine-in restaurant. Enjoy a family-friendly atmosphere with a cozy dining room, large game room, beautiful full bar, and even coffee next door from Just Love Coffee. With our expanded menu, your party will have no trouble satisfying the whole family. Delicious, legendary pizza for a legendary city. Bob's Pizza on the Avenue.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
At Silica, we've built a reputation for selling the best appliances and servicing everything we sell. Standing by our customers is what makes us grow, and with 3 locations, our service area covers a huge part of the state. That's why when you see our thousands of online reviews, these are the words you most commonly see. Great service after the sale. That keeps us moving ahead for over 100 years. You won't get that with the big box stores. See for yourself why your neighbors say it's Silica for your home.
FBS Bank is here to help you achieve your dream of home ownership. For a limited time, we're offering home loans with just $595 closing costs plus title. Whether you're buying a new home or wanting to refinance, our experienced team is here to assist you. Visit our website at fbsbank.com or give us a call at 1-800-242-7880. Our friendly and experienced team will help guide you through the journey with FBS Bank. FBS Bank, banking made personal.
If you're considering building a home, it's important to sit down and have a conversation with your realtor, your financial advisor, or your builder. Signature Homes has client appointments throughout the course of the week that specifically just discuss, is it right for you? Does it make sense? Is this the right timing? Can we be the right builder? Can we provide the right product? We really don't have a limitation to what we build or who we build for. It really comes down to what you need and if we're a fit. And we're certainly going to do everything we can to bring your signature home to life.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at IntegritySaw.com. That's IntegritySaw.com. Marco, the name our area trusts for all things related to your tax return. For over 60 years, our community has trusted the Marco Tax Service at 43 East 3rd Street, Fond du Lac.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marion University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marion University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marion University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank and Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank and Trust be your financial teammate for life, because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
Here we go.
Call us when you need a company you can trust.
You hear it all the time, but what does it mean? This is Danny and Heather at AirTech Heating, and for our company, it means we do right by our customers and provide them quality service for superior home comfort.
It means our prices are competitive and fair. It means that we stand behind our work. It means doing whatever it takes.
To whom you trust your family's safety and comfort does matter. Call the team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742 when you need a company you can trust.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go, delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
Just about ready here for the second half of action between Oconto Falls and St. Mary's Springs Academy. Springs leads at 28-8 on the Quest Interior scoreboard, and they'll get the first bite to add more here in the second half. Coming up in just a second, Taco Bell trivia. No one's in there yet. No one's in the chat yet.
Nobody's answered the
just
question.
Just telling you, Oconto Falls mascot conference. That's it.
It's a pretty easy one this week.
It's an easy one. It's going to get harder if I can get a little more creative. We'll see. That's a big if. That's a big if. Getting ready to roll here. Here's the second half kickoff. It's going to be taken in by Jack Judkins at about the 8-yard line. Judkins has a seam on the far side, and another flag comes
penalty.
Raining in. They have been all over the penalties.
Particularly on kickoffs.
Yeah.
It seems like almost every one so far there's been laundry on the field.
That time number 21, Carter Bartelt, picked it up and was offering it back to the official. He's like, you got to leave that lay there. That's where it's marked off from. So got the penalty on the kickoff return. It's a hold. And you're right. We've seen 4, maybe 5 now on returns. They have seen something on just about every one of those. And so that's going to move Springs back inside their own 30. Should be about the 37-yard line.
I suppose the officials want to get in on the action as well.
Excuse me.
They don't like to just stand and watch.
Yeah, I suppose.
We got to be reminded that they're there on the field as well.
make it the 28-yard line, which is where Springs will start their first second half possession with a 20-point lead, but kind of want to wash that end of the first half out of their mouth, I'm sure. Get up and get back out there and see if they can't reestablish things, especially here on the offensive side of the football. Baker goes in motion. Xander Lenz with the catch. He's going to cut upfield. That's a good decision that time. He's pitched most of the time. It did take a big hit that time. He's given it up the majority of that time. I think that was the right play there, as Oconto Falls did a nice job to string that out, cut back up the field. He got 4.
You had Ben Baker there blocking his guy all the way out of bounds. That's definitely what you want to see out of your offense coming out of the break.
5'10", 165 might be, I don't know, man. That might be inflated. Ben Baker's not a huge guy, but I'll tell you what, he plays well above his size. Does so on the basketball floor as well. He's fun to watch play hoops. Here goes Stelmacher. His first carry of the second half. He had 17 totes in the first half for that 145 yards, and he's over the 150-yard mark now as he picks up 5.
I think it's safe to say he's aiming for 200 here.
Well, why wouldn't you? It's in sight for the young man.
With the 3 touchdowns, I mean, have a game.
No doubt. You know, obviously, when you're talking about running backs, that 1,000-yard plateau is kind of the goal, right? You had 3 1,000-yard rushers in the flyway a season ago, and they were all first-team all-conference, unanimous first-team all-conference,
right?
Including the player of the year, Taylor Schaumburg from Lemire. Here's Stelmacher again, and more
Another
laundry.
flag,
Yeah, another, and I think that's a hold that time.
Yeah, I was talking with Stelmacher before the season began, and he said one of his personal goals this year is to be the leading rusher in the conference, and not just eclipse that 1,000-yard mark, but be first team, one of those top guys in the conference, get that recognition that he deserves.
And in a conference that boasts some pretty good runners of the football, not all running backs, but
right.
Keegan Kell from Lemira,
Jack
and Landon
Renz, Laconia.
Jack Renz, Landon Baker from Mayville, Gannon Schwartz, the most electric player in the conference. I think you can probably safely say that.
Yeah, definitely one of the most talented athletes, and playing the quarterback position. I mean, he's definitely got the speed to take one to the house every time he touches the football.
Here's Xander Lenz on a 3rd and 11. Pump fake. Nice pump fake. Gets it out to the far side. That is taken in there by Jackson Sobel. He's going to come up short of the first down, and it'll bring up about 4th and 4. We'll call it 4th and 3.
And it looks like they're bringing on the punt team here, so
but
not really the start you want on offense, but they got some wiggle room to work with.
3 and out. That included, obviously, that big holding penalty that negated a first down. But a pickup of about 7 on that. Another completion for Xander Lenz. He's been much more efficient tonight throwing the football. Here is Baker. Ben Baker launches it, and this one is a good punt down inside the 35, caught at the 32, and returning it there for Oconto Falls is number 7, Alec Kracherik, and he's going to be brought down with by far the best field position of the night for Oconto Falls at their own 45. It's the first punt. So you go back to that first half that ends with what should have been more points, and they don't get more points. Now here, 3 and out to start second half. There's just a little momentum here for Oconto Falls.
Right, and this is not what you want to be giving them with lots of ball game left to play here. 20-point lead, that sounds great. It's going to be up to the Springs defense here to maybe set the tone once again.
White turns, gives to Hill, and Hill bowls head for 8 yards for number 8. And I'll tell you what, we're talking there at halfway through the second quarter, after Springs goes up 28-0, you have that third down. Can they get off the field, stretch it to 35? We're talking about subs coming in. And I'll tell you what, if Oconto Falls goes down the field here, Lance scores a touchdown, they're right back in a dogfight.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, maybe we got a little ahead of ourselves
I
here.
Guess so.
But the way things were looking, I mean, Springs
for sure.
was in complete control, and now they're kind of letting Oconto Falls back into the game.
Here's Hill, and he dives forward. I think they're going to rule him just short of that first down marker, so it's going to be 3rd and inches. And when I say inches, I mean inches.
That's about as close as you're going to get without a measurement.
Needs about 1.5 feet to reach that 45, the plus 45 yard line as we tick towards 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Nice tackle for loss here would come up pretty great for the Ledger's defense.
Absolutely. You got to believe it's 4-down territory for Oconto
Looks like they might not
Falls.
get the chance, though. I'm expecting a quarterback. No.
Here's the turn, the hand, and a first down to Logan Berg.
I was expecting maybe a tush push there, but they got the yardage they needed.
Saw that last night in the Marquezan-Laconia game. Marquezan went with the Philadelphia Eagle-style push and got themselves a win against Laconia last night in area action. That's a first down for Oconto Falls. Moving the chains or moving into your dream home. Addison Jones gets you there. It's been a while since Springs has had a first down, so gonna throw in a mention for our great people over at Addison Jones, even though it's an Oconto Falls first down. Here is White looking to the far side. He rolls out, pass tipped, and that is a dangerous one, and it goes flying past the outstretched arms of Cale Krusik. Krusik was zoning in there, going in for a hard hit, and the ball got tipped. If he would have been looking for it, he might have had it.
I was just thinking a turnover here would be
It would right a lot of things, wouldn't it?
Right. It would be a great momentum changer for Springs. I called the last time earlier in the game. Let's see if they can come up with another big play here on defense.
7.5 minutes to go in here in the third. The second time this game that Oconto Falls has been in plus territory. A tackle here in the secondary from Ben Baker and Cale Krusik combining for the stop. But yet another nice run. And once again, that time it was Berg who picks up 8. And it may not seem like a lot, but look, that brings up third and manageable, 4-down territory. You're in no man's land. Right now it doesn't matter if Springs even puts tackle for loss. I think Oconto Falls is going to go for it here at this position on the field.
Yeah, absolutely, especially, a little less than 7 minutes left in the third quarter, down 20. You can't be going without opportunities here for the offense for Oconto Falls.
And goes in motion. That's their big fullback who's going to stretch it out, drive forward. He's got the first down.
And just refuses to go down.
Yet again, Isaiah Raddert he's been a first down machine for Oconto Falls, and they haven't gotten a ton of them, but when they have, they've gone to their big fullback a lot.
First down Panthers. And one thing we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Springs not allowing their running backs to get to that second level. Well, here we're seeing in the early part of the second half, they're not coming up with those stops at the line of scrimmage like they were early on in the game. So that's one thing to keep an eye on the rest of the way.
White in the backfield. He's got Hill right next to him. Snap to White, the give to Hill. Hill cuts forward. That time met in the middle of the hole.
There we go.
By Billy Everson.
Just what they needed.
And that one will once again put Oconto Falls into second and long territory. But they've been in second and long twice. Springs has given up some yards on second down. We'll see if they can tighten things up here, Lance. But nice first down stop there from Billy Everson. Just absolutely smoked Ethan Hill in the hole.
I would think maybe this part of the field, they call a pass play here to try and get most of that 9 yards they need for a first after getting stuffed on a run there. Try to avoid the third and long possibility.
Second and 9. Under center this time for White. White, play action. They will go to the air. He's got a man in the corner of the end zone. It's underthrown, and a nice job to come back for it from number 87, Cole Judkins.
Looked like that was a bit high.
Yeah, I think Judkins actually, it was a little bit underthrown
he stopped.
originally. And then he stopped, and then it ended up being an overthrow after he came back to the football.
Right, a bit of a break there for Springs secondary.
I think if he just flattens his route as opposed to just stopping, he might have been able to connect that time with White. But nonetheless, third down and 9 upcoming here for Oconto Falls, and they'll probably have 2 downs to get it. Shotgun, 4 receivers out in the pattern. Also have Hill in the backfield. He's going to stay in to protect. White's going to run. He sees the seam, spun down. And it's going to be about a 4th and 5, 4th and 4 type of situation for, we'll call it a long 4 for Oconto Falls.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You go for it here. Even if you try and attempt a field goal from this range, I'm not sure what their kicker's range is exactly, but you're looking at 28 to 11. That doesn't really do you any good. So,
yeah. And a 41, 42-yarder is that's far from a guarantee in
high school.
In high school, anyways. So Spring's going to play a little bit further off the line than I would have expected, but there are 4 out in the pattern. Here comes White to the near side. Pump fakes there. Now goes outside. This is incomplete. And Springs does get off the field. And number 21, Carter Bartelt, is hyped up. And why not? They gave up some yards, Lance, but drained a good 8 minutes off the clock of this third quarter, 6 or so that on that possession for Oconto Falls, and it comes up empty. That's a big stop for Springs.
Right, nice job bringing pressure there on the quarterback to force that throw, and just didn't really have anybody open.
So after the turnover on downs, Springs will start at their own 24-yard line. After their first 3 and out of the game on the last possession. 4:20 to go here in the third quarter. Lenz, the turn, the give, and Stellmacher is bottled up yet again. The third time this game that Stellmacher has been brought down in the backfield, lost a yard, 2nd and 11.
I think they got to go back to running it outside here. They've had quite a bit of success using Stellmacher's speed to get to the edge, and we got an injured Ledger down, it looks like.
Yeah, we'll step aside as we have an injury out there on the field, and we'll come back. It's 2nd and 11 when we return on Radio Plus Video Sports.
The Roush Insurance Agency, and proud to sponsor our local athletes doing what they love. Do you have people in your life that you love? Your loved ones count on you. Hi, this is Tony Walters, agent with the Roush Insurance Agency. Let us at the Roush Insurance Agency give you a free, no-obligation life insurance quote so you're safe and secure for when the unexpected happens. To find out more about your free, no-obligation quote, give us a call today. The Roush Insurance Agency, properly insuring you for your future. Good luck, area athletes, on your quest to a state title.
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank and Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank and Trust be your financial teammate for life, because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
Back here at Fruth Field, and Will Stellmacher is coming off the field here. He got stretched out pretty good there by Tyler Schwartz, the all-star athletic trainer for the Ledgers.
It's looking like maybe just a cramp. Hopefully that's all it is there.
Yeah.
He's walking pretty funny there.
Yeah, with the stretching, you obviously hope that's anything more than that. 28-8 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard here in the third quarter of action. Taking under 4 minutes to play. Here the give is to number 20. It's the first carry for Jack McGuire. And he picks up a yard back to the original line of scrimmage, And so it's going to be a 3rd and 10, and Springs needs 10 yards to avoid their second consecutive 3 and out.
And it seems a little bit like they've taken the foot off the gas pedal here. A nice first down would certainly help build a little bit of momentum, but
2 receivers to either side of Xander Lenz. And he looks to Ben Baker. Now comes to the outside. This one is to Kuhn, and it might be picked. Oh, it was almost cut off there by the leading receiver, Elijah White. And it was batted away.
Didn't really have anything there. It was well covered.
Looking for Joey Kuhn on the play, and just a difficult one, dropping as he's running backwards trying to throw that out. That's a long throw to begin with, and a dangerous one, almost got picked.
I would say that's one of those that you just toss to the sideline, get it out of harm's way.
So Springs possesses the ball for about 60 seconds is all, maybe a minute and change. And they're going to give it right back to Oconto Falls, who has a couple of different players back to return this. One is number 7, Alex Kucherik. We've seen him a couple of times on some punt returns. It's going to be to number 3 instead. That's Jack Falkowski, and we'll see if Falkowski can find some room. He cannot. Great coverage by number 64. That's Gabriel O'Brien flying down the field, Lance. Holy smokes.
That was a solid tackle there in open space to make sure that they didn't get any more yardage. We'll spot it right at midfield, and once again, it'll be up to the Springs defense to try and get things going here for the Ledgers.
I don't know if people realize how difficult that is, flying down the field full speed.
Breaking down.
A shifty kind of player. And
trying to tackle a guy with a lot of speed and momentum going the one direction.
Great play.
Most of those tackles at the high school level you don't see get wrapped up usually.
So here is Oconto Falls. The Panthers going with Hill on the carry, and he'll pick up 5. Another nice opening carry for Hill, who most of the first half was bottled up, but he's found some space now of late.
They figured something out here on Oconto Falls offense, getting into a nice groove offensively. Obviously, they need to get some points out of this drive in order to keep things interesting into the fourth.
2:22 and counting here with a 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. Near side receiver is Kucherik. And obviously White, the dangerous receiver to the top side of the field. Instead, it's going to be Hill on the carry, and he's stopped right away. And that's Jackson Sobel, who has continued to be an impressive player. Led the team in tackles a week ago, and that time stuffed Hill for no gain.
He's got to be up there again in tackles for the defense tonight.
He's always around the ball, and that's probably the best compliment you can give a defensive player, isn't it? That you're always got your nose sniffing around it.
Yep, that's exactly what you're looking for, and whether you're playing defensive back, linebacker, somebody who has a nose for the ball and flies to it as soon as they see the carrier.
So a big 3rd down here once again. Oconto Falls, 3rd and 5, sends a man in motion to the near side. Heavy set on the short side of the field. They're going to go to the top side, send a man through. That's the fullback, and a nice tackle made there. I think that's Ben Baker up from the safety spot. It is. And Isaiah Ratter, tell you what, they don't have the heights and weights listed for Oconto Falls, but he may not have any height on Ben Baker. He's a little more stout, but I'll tell you what.
He's definitely a bulky guy.
He's got some weight on Ben Baker, and Baker just lowered his head and chopped him down short. So 4th and about half a yard here for Oconto Falls. What do? They're going to go to Hill. Hill, far side, and he's got it. Just darts up past the 1st down marker, picks up about 5, and it's a 1st down for Oconto Falls. So here in this second half, Oconto Falls, they now have 3, by my count, 3 first downs, and Springs has 0. So this second half has not gone, well, like the first half did for the Ledgers. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. White gives to Hill. Hill this time is bottled up, and a better job that time from the interior of that defensive line to stuff it. We'll see if that's the last play of the 3rd quarter or if Oconto Falls really wants to push the gas pedal here. And I think their coach is just going to keep him on the sideline. Yeah, White's not going to run back out. That's the end of the 3rd quarter, 28-8 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Springs has a 20-point lead. Oconto Falls, though, has a little bit of momentum here as we head towards the 4th quarter. We're back after this on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Located in Lamira, Wisconsin, Schaefer Auto is your go-to destination for quality used vehicles at unbeatable prices. Our mission is to provide dependable cars that fit your budget, and we take pride in offering a wide selection of makes, models, years, and mileage options. If the vehicle you're looking for isn't on our lot, don't worry. Our team is dedicated to finding exactly what you need. Visit Schaefer Auto for your next purchase, where we'll work with you to find a car tailored to meet your needs. Schaefer Auto.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
Fourth quarter of action here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Jordan King and Lance LeCue with you. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented by these four Edward Jones Fond du Lac Financial Advisors: Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Coming up after the game, we'll have our post-game show. Stick around for that. We'll give you final stats, player of the game, more features, give you some scores from around. We have 5 games tonight across the, I'm going to call it the Radio Plus Jeff's Live Streams Network. That's what I'm going to call it.
Sure. Looks like just an update on Stelmacher. He just put his helmet back on. Hopefully that cramp has been worked out nicely.
Here is White. White going to go straight over the middle of the field. This one is almost picked, and I'll tell you what.
Ben Baker had it.
He might still be running. I think he had designs of that being a pick six.
Just went off his hands.
And he will tell you he should catch that 10 times out of 10.
Oh, yeah. He's going to want that one back, but as long as they can get this stop here.
3rd and 9. And that would be one that if Oconto Falls can score, maybe you come back and circle that play where Springs had an opportunity to get off the field and weren't able to. Well read by Baker. I mean, I'll tell you what, I think White thought he threw a good ball, and I think it was Pitleski, the tight end. I think he thought he was going to bring that one in, and then Baker.
All of a sudden comes in Ben Baker.
Read it well. So White on a 3rd down and 9. Comes to the near side, looks for White, and he's got the catch again. Couple of missed tackles once again for the Ledgers. And another white-to-white connection. Nathaniel to Elijah, and Elijah's down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line after a couple of broken tackles.
Yep, that's another inexcusable miscue there on the Springs defense. You had 2 guys there. Had the receiver dead to rights on the sideline. You can't let him get free. They're lucky that he didn't bust it into the end zone for a touchdown there.
And that's what we saw in the 52-yarder in the first half. He broke 2 or 3 tackles on that run as well.
Right, and here, as you just said, they're knocking on the doorstep of scoring again and making this a whole other ball game.
Hills in the backfield along with White. Elijah White up to the top of the field. They do have shaded coverage to him. It's a high snap, bobbled, and Springs takes advantage of that. First player there defensively was Christian Flores to make the play, but aided there by the high snap, and White couldn't quite control it.
Luckily that didn't go over his head. Otherwise, you're looking at a possible turnover situation, which not what you want if you're Oconto Falls, especially not in the red zone.
So it brings up a 2nd down and 7, or 2nd down and goal, excuse me, from the 7. He maybe lost a yard on the play. Well, it looks about the 8-yard line, so he did pretty well there to not
definitely
have that blow up, right?
Avoid a disaster, right?
2 tight ends, a fullback, and a running back in for Oconto Falls. They're going to give to Hill. Hill near side. Can he beat them to the edge? He cannot. Nice play by Kale Krusik along with Joey Kuhn out here on the edge, and Krusik now is limping off, and he, I think, just picked up the cramp as well, and he'll get stretched out on the sideline. And so that is 3rd and goal now from the 5-yard line, a pickup of 3. It was a nice job by Krusik to really string that out to where Kuhn could also help him make a play. Looked off the handoff that maybe Hill had the corner, but Krusik used his speed. 10 minutes and 21 seconds left in this ball game. Springs with a 20-point lead. Oconto Falls has settled right into this thing, and I'll tell you what, they'll be kicking themselves. If they started a little better, this would be a tighter ball game than it currently is. Get off the bus after a long bus ride down, and Springs jumped out to a big 28-0 lead. Here is once again the fullback, and he's going to be just short. That's Raddert once again, and he's down at the 1. Good job by Springs to finally take him down.
That'll bring up Fruth here. So crucial play for the defense. If they can get a stop here, they can wind this down in the fourth quarter, and they're going to take a timeout.
Yeah, rightfully so. You know, you might need them later in the game, but this is, you don't get this, there is no rest of the game for Oconto Falls.
You need to draw up your best play here if you're Oconto Falls to make sure that you get some points.
We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll see what Oconto Falls goes to on 4th and goal from the 1. We're back after this on RP Video Sports.
Cleaning your gutters is a pain, but ignoring them could ruin the value of your home. Gutter Helmet is the solution. Choose the perfect color to blend with your home, and our certified technicians will install Gutter Helmet in less than a day. Call Gutter Helmet today to never clean your gutters again.
4.
Hey, Devontae.
Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go?
Oh, there it is. Cheaters don't get chicken. Huh? Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
The nose of the football rests on the 1-yard line. What can Oconto Falls draw up here on 4th and goal? Down by 20, gotta have it. I gotta believe they're gonna go to Isaiah Raddert here, the big fullback that they've had so much success with, Lance, in short yardage situations.
And they had a couple trick plays earlier in the game. Let's see if they maybe come up with something Springs isn't expecting.
Send a man in motion. We'll see if White just goes behind the 3 runners. No, that is a throw. It is a little trickeration, and it's a touchdown. A great throw from White. Hits J.J. Pileski, and this thing is a 14-point game. That was a great design. They send their best receiver in Elijah White in motion, a little misdirection. They had the power set up on the right, to your point. A little crafty there. They go back to the left with a little bit of a risk in the throw.
Yeah, it would be just too easy if they were to try and power it up the middle in that short yardage situation. I'm not surprised that they drew up a little fancy schmancy there to get the ball in the end zone. And here we are, cut the lead from 28-0 to...
It's going to be short here on the 2-point conversion, but still, it's a 2-possession football game now. 28-14 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and we'll see if Springs can get some momentum on the offensive side with 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in this one. Stay with us on RP Video Sports.
Your dream space starts with quartz countertops from Quest Interiors. Whether it's your kitchen, bathroom, mudroom, or even a closet island, we custom fabricate one-of-a-kind surfaces that elevate every room. And the best part? We install many in as little as 1 week, quickly turning your vision into reality. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Back here at Fruth Field, just saying to you there, Lance, in the break, that almost reminded me of that big 4th down play in the state championship game for Lemira. They went to something similar, a little misdirection. Jackson Gable found Sam Schroffnagel, and, well, you know the rest. If you're a Flyway fan, Lemira would go on to win that state championship game, defending D6 state champs. Springs down in D6 once again. Competitive balance reshifting. Here is a nice return out past the 40-yard line, and that might be just what the doctor ordered that time from Jack Judkins on the return. Out to the 42-yard line, and some good starting field position here, if nothing else.
Yeah, that's exactly the momentum that Springs offense needs to close out the game here with 9.5 to go. The last thing you want here is to go 3 and out and give Oconto Falls even more momentum and a possibility to cut this to a single possession game.
And if nothing else, even if you have to end up punting this, you got the ball almost to midfield. You can at least make them go the full length.
Flip the field, yeah. That's the least that you could hope for here.
9:32. Can they get the running game going again? Stelmacher's back out there. He's going to be the lead blocker this time for Ben Baker. Baker took the direct snap here. Baker around the edge, and he fumbled the football. Was his elbow down? It certainly looked like his elbow was hitting the ground, but
I'm surprised that they did not call that.
The call on the field is a fumble and Oconto Falls football.
It looked like he was down.
I thought for sure his elbow hit the, and you can, obviously on the live stream, you can
rewind it.
You can rewind it on
check
YouTube.
It's not going to do much of any difference. We don't have instant replay here, but
it's not going to be anything for. Not going to make any difference out here. Holy smokes. So how now
it looked like that ball came out well after he was down, but
nonetheless, did this just get interesting as Oconto Falls gets the ball back after a single play, a well-blocked play from Springs after a 50-yard touchdown drive. Oconto Falls gets the ball back at their own 46. Man in motion. That's the touchdown scorer from the last drive, Pitleski. Instead, it's the give to the up man, Rattert, and a pickup of just a single yard. But now you have opened up this to being a much different final stretch of the ball game. And I think at halftime or shortly before halftime, a lot of Springs fans were kind of thinking that we got it made in the shade. We can relax in the second half. This is when games get fun.
You're looking at blowout territory,
and
running clock in the fourth quarter. And
now the blood pressure's rising a little bit around here at Fruth. 8:48 to go in the ball game, a 14-point Springs lead. It used to be a 28-point lead, and this is a gorgeous pass from White to White. That connection has been stellar today. Nathaniel to Elijah, and another first down. For every first down in football, there's a first move in real estate. Call Addison Jones. By the way, Springs has not had a first down in the second half.
Yeah, this is not what you expected to see in the second half from a Springs football team. And that Oconto Falls sideline is now getting really loud. You can hear them from over here.
So 8:36.
They've got life.
White got out of bounds there, so it stops the clock. And they're all the way down to the Springs 40-yard line. So a pickup that time of 14 yards on the pass. Oh, a nice pass here. And once again, you see Nathaniel White starting to heat up from that quarterback spot. That time he finds Kracherick, and he dives forward for a gain of about 4 or 5. We'll call it 2nd and 5.
Just everything going Oconto Falls' way here in the second half. Somebody on the Springs defense is going to have to step up here. They've had their opportunities. They almost had the interception on the last drive, and that ended up turning into points for Oconto Falls. So something's got to happen here for Springs.
Ticking under 8 minutes to play in the ball game. The Oconto Falls fans out there probably saying, let's go a little quicker than this maybe. Here's Hill on the run, straight up the gut. Still plenty of time in this game, though. I mean, you don't have to, if you're going to rush and get sloppy, that's not what you want to do if you're Oconto Falls. Just, keep chugging along here. That's a pickup of 4, 3rd and 1. You're moving the chains here. Oconto Falls it's been really impressive. A lot of outfits, Lance, would have just folded after 28-0.
Oh, yeah.
And these guys have really battled back.
Yep. And all it took was just, that little bit of light that they got towards the end of the first half. And look what's happened.
Receiver to either side. They're going to go with the QB sneak. First time we've seen that all game. We're wondering if maybe they intentionally waited to we might need that down the stretch. Well, they got it there. A pickup of about 3 or 4. And the ball sits at the 28-yard line of Springs with 7 minutes on the clock and counting down in the ball game.
I'd say if you're Oconto Falls, you want to score within the next minute or two to preserve enough clock to get the ball back. The best that you can hope for is a 3-and-out again from Springs to have that second opportunity to tie the game.
So White in the shotgun, receivers to either side. He comes to the near side with a deep ball looking for the end zone. This is picked off! A great play in the end zone by Joey Kuhn.
Just what they needed.
And right when Oconto Falls seems to be knocking on the door, Kuhn slams it shut.
I just said, who's going to step up on that Springs defense, and we have our answer. The junior. Second-year starter in that defensive secondary. That's definitely, we're looking for a momentum changer, and that's one that we can look at for Springs. 6.5 to go here.
I tell you what, the second half of last season when Joey Kuhn really started, you could tell there was a point where this coaching staff really started to trust Joey Kuhn. You could see they put him on an island on defense. He was stellar against just about everyone he came up against. And right there are not many bigger plays that could have been made than right there with Joey Kuhn.
Yeah, it's not often that you see a sophomore starter on a St. Mary Springs football team. So obviously the coaching staff sees a lot of talent in him.
Baker's going to stay in at quarterback as kind of a running threat to at the quarterback spot. And he got belted there.
Is that Baker? Yeah, he got
But first he pitched it to Stellmacher, and Stellmacher's going to have to go back off with that cramp again as he can barely get off the field. And so Stellmacher's going to hop off to the near side. He picked up about 2.5 or 3 on the play. We're going to call it 2nd and 8 for Will Stellmacher. And so that's going to force another change, as I think offensively it seemed like they wanted to go Baker quarterback, Stellmacher running back. Well, Xander Lenz is going to have to come back in along with Jack McGuire. And so the experiment with Ben Baker at quarterback lasted 2 plays. One of them was a fumble. And this time they're going to get the ball out to Jackson Sobel, and Sobel is going to have himself a first down. He goes out of bounds, but at least you move the chains, keep those moving, and that's brought to you by Addison Jones. First downs win games. First moves win homes. Addison Jones helps with both. And I'll tell you what, first downs wins games. Right now, Springs gets a couple more of them. They can run away and win this thing. But that's their first down of the second half here, Lance, and we're 6 minutes left in the ball game.
Yeah,
just shocking the difference, the Jekyll and Hyde from first to second half.
Right, and not what you're again used to seeing from a Springs football team. Usually they control most of the game throughout, but again, this is a new team, not the most experience on both sides of the ball.
And here's a tackle for loss once again, trying to get Jack McGuire going. And McGuire stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. And McGuire, I think that's his second carry, and both of them have gone for loss so far.
I suppose just trying to rotate guys in, and when you got Stellmacher dealing with a cramp, you got some other guys trying to get them in the action. Somebody's got to step up on offense here and take them the rest of the way.
5 minutes and 12 seconds and counting in the ball game as Ben Baker gets set in the slot, and they're ready to go. Here goes Xander Lenz, gives the ball. This is a big hole.
There you go.
And there goes Jack McGuire. Can he take it all the way? Being tracked down by White, and Elijah White in his top-end speed able to catch him. That's the second time that Elijah White has run down a Springs player. But a flag in the backfield. Is this coming back?
And judging by the celebration on Oconto Falls' side, that indeed it will.
Maybe that's why the hole was as big as it was. That was the biggest hole we've seen since probably the second quarter. And the reason it was,
now we got another Ben Baker that looked like he was kind of a little gimpy there. He's not going to come out of the game from what we can see.
So we got the official call coming here. That would have been down about the 10-yard line, chop block. And so that is a big one because a chop block, I believe, is 15 from the 30-yard line. That can go all the way back unless I got my Might have my calls mixed up. No, yeah, we got that down to the 15. So that is a massive call. That's an 85-yard difference.
Right.
You're down at
you go from
75 yards or whatever it is, almost 80 yards of difference. He was inside the 10 is where McGuire was finally tackled. Now you're back inside your own 15.
Yeah, you go from thinking that you're on the doorstep of scoring once again, getting your first points of the second half, to back within your own 20-yard line. That's kind of a backbreaker there.
Second down and 26, and this one is not much doing for McGuire. He maybe picked up 2.
And now you're looking at third and a mile here.
Third and 23. They got to get to the 41-yard line to pick up the first down. If nothing else, this is taking time off the clock, and that's you got to look for the silver linings when things aren't going well, and they certainly are not for Springs right now.
Right, and I mean 4.5 minutes, now less than that. That's not a whole lot of time to try and score 2 touchdowns. So, even if they don't get this conversion here, keep it in bounds, run some more of that clock, get it to that maybe 3.5 mark, and just rest on that defense. Hope that they don't give up a big play.
Lenz in the shotgun, takes the snap, going to go near side with Ben Baker. Baker with some space out here. Baker outruns just about everyone. Oh, he almost picked it up. They needed 23. He got about 17.
One guy away, and he was gone.
Oh, make it 20. Oh, he nearly got there. A great play by Alec Kricharek, tackling in the secondary, and it's going to be 4th down and about 4 yards for Springs. Timeout taken by Oconto Falls. We'll take it with them. Springs 28-14. Feels like they're clinging on right now, but it's still a 14-point lead, under 4 to play. Back after this on RP Video Sports.
Joint or spine pain holding you back from the activities you love? Exhausted from relying on pain medications? Dreading the thought of steroid shots or invasive surgery? At New Medical Center, we believe in tapping into your body's own natural healing abilities. Our cutting-edge regenerative treatments use your body's own natural biologics to repair and restore damaged tissues. Visit us online at newmedicalctr.com. That's New Medical Center, 920-324-9899.
Scotty's Auto Works for affordable auto care, from tires and alignments to routine auto maintenance. Trust the guys at Scotty's Auto Works, next to Pump and Pantry, Fond du Lac.
Back here on RP Video Sports. Thanks for joining us.
Well, Springs is holding on. Hasn't been a pretty second half, but going to go on defense here once again. As long as they can hold things down here for this last 3:41, they'll have a win, their first win on the season.
Oconto Falls went safe there. I was wondering if maybe they'd try to come after it. This one is going to bounce and take a Springs roll inside the 25 to the 21-yard line, which is where Oconto Falls will take over. Final down in Mayville, 62-0 over Houston, and that's a Houston team that
they're no slouch.
Of late has been a pretty good program, and my goodness, the Cardinals, maybe they are for real.
Making their statement for sure. How about Lamira? We got an update on them.
We'll grab some Lamira updates. We'll see a Fondy update perhaps. We'll keep you updated here. 35-0 the final for Lamira against Duisburg. We'll see if that's final or if that's the end of it looks like a final there for Lamira. So a couple of flyweight teams in action. But right here, Springs has to hang on. Oconto Falls has a lot of work to do in the next 3.5 minutes. Here is White, near side. Got to get out of bounds. He does so. But ran about 50 yards to pick up 4. Make it 3, so it's 2nd and 7. But the imperative there for White was get out of bounds, stop that clock.
Right. Nice job from the Springs defense to not give anything up there. Obviously, the last thing they need is to give up a big play and find themselves in a one-possession game.
Don't look now, but Fondy's up 17-3 over Milwaukee Marquette.
Wow.
With just a couple of minutes left in that ball game. Good performance from the Cards.
2-0 start for Fondy. That's great to see.
2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom here for White. White sprints out to the left. Now going to throw across his body. Tipped away.
Another one that should have been intercepted.
Nice play by Joshua Ducks, and Ducks got a big paw on it.
I think I have a feeling what they're going to be practicing in defense this upcoming week. Some of these D-backs and linebackers are going to be getting on the jugs machine.
No doubt about it. They've had a couple of different opportunities. But
and major opportunities, too, that could have completely changed the outlook of this game. If they would have gotten one of those interceptions, that's 7 points off the board for Oconto Falls, and you're looking at run out the clock mode here for Springs. But
big one on the last possession, though, that Joey Kuhn pick. We might be looking back at that one thinking that was a big play in this ball game.
Bit of an awkward snap.
Yeah, here is White. I don't think that was I'd be shocked if that was the called play, because on 3rd and long, they've now put themselves in a 4th and 4 situation, and they really can't use that last time out.
No.
But White's got to run all the way across, get a play call, and then run back in. This is going to be under 2:30 by the time this thing gets snapped, unless White hurries up.
I would say that this is the ball game right here. If they don't convert, even if Springs goes 3 and out with the short field here.
And only one timeout, it's just about over. This is the ball game.
Right.
2 minutes and 37 seconds. And White's in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the top and 1 to the bottom. Got a tight end there as well with Hill in the backfield. White with the shotgun snap looks to the top, and this one is caught, first down.
That's too easy.
So Oconto Falls stays in it. But again, there's different ways, different styles you can do this. I'm surprised they aren't going up and spiking the football with 2:20.
They got to be a little bit more urgent here.
Understand you don't want to lose the down, but right now getting the play call in is taking way too much time for the Panthers, and this is probably going to be snapped about 2 minutes. So White in the shotgun yet again. He's been very, very good throwing the football in the second half. This one is thrown away.
Yeah, it was a lot of wasted time for Oconto Falls.
Yeah, it was almost 20 seconds that came off the clock.
Not sure what the objective was there. It looked like it wasn't even much of a drop back. It was just kind of a...
I got to believe right now you got to get 2 play calls here, right? You got the clock stopped. Got to get 2 calls in there, I would think, but we'll see.
Yeah, they're going to need to come up with something here to get some chunk yardage and at least get it to the other side of the field with under 2 minutes to go here now.
1:59 to play. Ball sits at the 39. It's 2nd down and 10. White in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looks to the far side.
3.
And he's going to...
And even with that 3-man rush, still doing a good job at keeping contained of the quarterback.
And that's going to be Oconto Falls using their final timeout. We have 3rd and 6 upcoming. We'll take a timeout with them. We'll come back and we'll get ready to see the final minute and 50 or so of this ball game. Stay with us on RP Video Sports.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
So it's 3rd down and 6. And, a snap straight over White's head, and White falls on top of it. And I'll tell you what, it might have been worth trying to pick up with only 1 minute and 42 seconds. Hopping on top of it. Obviously, you keep possession, but the clock runs. You got to go get the play. Now it's dire straits for Oconto Falls, and that that high snap might have just about done it for Springs. It's going to be about 4th and 17, 20 almost.
Yeah, they're going to need a prayer. Not only just to get this first down, but, I mean, it's almost impossible to get 2 scores here in just a minute.
2 receivers to either side for White in the shotgun formation. Drops back to pass, coming to the near side. It looks like he's going to go back to Elijah White, and White gets popped. And that one falls incomplete. It's going to turn things over on downs, and it'll be kneel down formation for the final 56 seconds. And I believe the word that would appropriately describe this is survive for Springs, Lance. I mean, have not been very sharp in the second half.
Yeah, it was kind of flipping the script from last week, where the first half they came out slow, had really nothing going on for them, and then they come out in the second half and got a quick turnover, got some quick points, but that was all that happened. Tonight, they came out with a lot of energy in the first half. They got all their points in the first half, and then towards the end of the second quarter there, kind of tailed off. A couple miscues that opened up the window a bit for Oconto Falls, and they were lucky to hang on here in the second half without scoring any points to get this victory.
High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented by these 4 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. The Ledgers, one more kneel down for quarterback Xander Lenz, and he will earn his first varsity quarterback win. 28-14 is going to be our final here on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. We got our Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show coming up right after this. Lenz drops to a knee, and that will do it. Here at Fruth Field, Springs finds a way to get it done. Had opportunities, had chances go a-begging, sloppy in the second half, but hey, a win is a win is a win, and in high school football you put a lot of work into play, lace them up on Friday nights. You never apologize for a win.
Yep, you'll absolutely take this one. It might have gotten sloppy here at the end, but nice job of Springs to go 1-1 here in the non-conference schedule. Big one next week now, going on the road at Laconia. That's definitely one that they're going to have to win and kick off the conference schedule on a high note.
There you go. A win for Springs as they go through the handshake line. They take down the Oconto Falls Panthers. Both of these teams move to 1-1 after tonight's result. We'll step aside here. When we come back, we will cue things up with our Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. That's next on Radio Plus Video Sports.
Are you or a loved one living with the discomfort and hopelessness of peripheral neuropathy? The tingling, the numbness, the life-altering pain? Are you tired of taking medications that only mask the symptoms or don't work at all? You don't have to live like that anymore. Introducing New Medical Center, your beacon of hope in the fight against peripheral neuropathy. Our team of dedicated specialists uses the latest advancement in medical technology to help you regain control of your life. Our personalized treatment plans are designed to reduce your pain, improve your balance, and restore your quality of life, all while targeting the cause of your neuropathy. Visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go.
Here's to summer, your adventures and the places they take you. Arrive in style in a new GMC Sierra, now with rates from 0%, plus hefty bonus and trade assist cash. Get ready to travel the road ahead.
We are all looking for adventure.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive Fond du Lac. It's worth the trip.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademan's, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple.
At Burke, our mission is simple. We want to bring play that moves you to communities around the world. Our skilled team, from welders and CNC operators to illustrators and 3D designers, work together to create places where kids can explore, play, and dream. Want to be a part of something special? Visit burkecareers.com and apply today.
If you're considering building a home, it's important to sit down and have a conversation with your realtor, your financial advisor, or your builder. Signature Homes has client appointments throughout the course of the week that specifically just discuss, is it right for you? Does it make sense? Is this the right timing? Can we be the right builder? Can we provide the right product? We really don't have a limitation to what we build or who we build for. It really comes down to what you need and if we're a fit. And we're certainly going to do everything we can to bring your signature home to life.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marian University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marian University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marian University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
Anders Auto Parts, your locally owned bumper-to-bumper auto parts store serving the Fond du Lac area since 1956. Experienced and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you. Anders Auto Parts features PPG and Shopline auto paint along with PPG Versalon commercial paint. Quality name brand auto parts. Anders Auto Parts, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store at 16 West Sibley Street, just off North Main Street, behind American Family Insurance.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
Back to Fruth Field here for the Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank, Fox Valley Savings Bank. Jordan King and Lance LeCue with you. Springs moves to 1-1 with a 28-14 win against Oconto Falls tonight. And, man, I guess, we can go through the scoring here tonight, Lance, but it looked like all things were good in the world. Springs starts off with a 52-yard touchdown drive, capped off with a 3-yard Will Stelmacher touchdown. That was a sign of things to come. Springs' second drive, a 58-yard drive in 5 plays. That capped off by a 36-yard Xander Lenz touchdown run. Then it was a pair of 3 3-play drives. You had a 3-play 63-yard drive, ends with a 10-yard Will Stellmacher touchdown run. The big play on that one was a 39-yard Ben Baker reception. And then to go up 28-0, a 3-play 66-yard drive, capped off by a 53-yard Will Stellmacher touchdown run. Up 28-0, everything was good in the world. We were talking about, hey, what does this look like in the second half? Are we going to see subs? What could they get this to 35 in the first half? What changed?
I think we got a little ahead of ourselves, but I mean, all things were indicating that Springs was going to dominate this game from start to finish. Going up 28-0, a lot of big plays. They looked like a completely different team from last week, where they got out to that slow start, only managed to score 7 points against Lake Country Lutheran. You love to see that 28-0 to start. What you'd like to see more is cleaning up some of those mistakes towards the end of the second quarter there. You had a turnover, you had some clock mismanagement, and then not getting any points in the second half. You kind of wonder if maybe they ran out of gas those first 2 quarters. You had some guys coming up with cramps, so possibly some conditioning to add into practice this upcoming week. And, if you're a Springs fan, you'd like to see them close out a game a little bit more stronger than tonight. But, I mean, you can't complain about a 28-14 win, getting that opening victory at home in front of a nice crowd, getting the students into the action. But overall, just you want to see a little bit more polished team next week going into the first conference game at Laconia.
Yeah, certainly want to see a team that finishes a little bit better and obviously sustains it. It was that 52-yard touchdown strike from Nathaniel White to Elijah White right before the end of that first half, an 85-yard touchdown drive for Oconto Falls, and then in the second half they got things going. Had a 50-yard touchdown drive, driving it down there to potentially cut it to 7 or 6 points. And I'll tell you what, we were kind of going back and forth for our BCI Burke play of the game. Log on to burkecareers.com for play that moves you. Our BCI Burke play of the game, we'll mention a couple of them. I was kind of lobbying for Joey Kuhn. That was a big pick. That if they can cap off that drive, it's down to 8 or 7 or 6 points. A 1-score game, and then all of a sudden, then what is the offense? It could have just made that last little bit that much more unnerving for Springs. Big play from Joey Kuhn, but I mean, you also got to point out a couple of those Will Stellmacher runs. He belts off that 53-yard touchdown run. That was a big play as well. But a couple of plays when Springs needed it most, building that big lead, and then Joey Kuhn finding a way to finally secure an interception. After they had so many opportunities, he finally found a way to secure it.
Yeah, I would say it's fair to have an offensive play of the game and a defensive play of the game. Joey Kuhn coming up clutch with the interception, and then Will Stellmacher, a couple of those big runs, and even Ben Baker had a great night tonight as well. And I think that kind of leads into our player of the game as well.
Yeah, our player of the game brought to you by Marian University. Log on to marianuniversity.edu to get started today. And it has to be Will Stellmacher. At halftime, he had 145 yards on 17 carries and 3 touchdowns. Carried the ball just twice in the second half because he was dealing with, obviously what we all hope to be cramps. 19 carries, 149 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's still a pretty darn good day at the office.
Yeah, I think I might have jinxed him a little bit, saying right before we started the second half, or right as we started the second half, that I thought he was going for 200 tonight. He didn't quite get there, but I mean, you don't sneeze at the amount of yards that he racked up and the 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's one heck of a game that you can't ask for much better than that from your starting running back.
So again, Will Stellmacher, 149 yards unofficially and 3 touchdowns, and Springs able to find a way to get that 28-14 win here at home. Good to be back at home. Good to have some home cooking. As you mentioned, coming up for Springs, they have Laconia on the road next week, and obviously this was the final tune-up before conference play gets going, and you got to be ready, regardless of what you think anyone's going to be in the Flyweight Conference. You got to bring that that lunch pail, hard hat kind of mentality when it comes to and you got to play 4 quarters when you get back into flyweight play too.
Yep. Laconia game is going to be a big one. Obviously, you want to go 1-0 to start the conference. But then after that,
then they hit the gauntlet, right?
Right. When you got Lamira, WLA, Mayville, Campbellsport, that 4-game stretch, obviously if you're Springs, you want to win all those games. A couple of those teams that are going to be difficult, obviously being Lamira and Mayville, and even WLA being one of the more experienced teams in conference. That's no gimme for Springs this year. And WLA kind of had Springs. They got Springs' number in the playoff game last year, so that's motivation for Springs to get back this year at their crosstown rival WLA. So that 4-game stretch, obviously you don't want to overlook Laconia, but that's most certainly a game that you have to undoubtedly win next week.
All right, Lance, before we get our next game broadcast and put a bow on this one, final thoughts from you on a 28-14 win. Again, Oconto Falls is a quality team, and you double them up. It's easy to kind of point back at the ugly second half and some of the mistakes that were made, but there's no pictures on the scorecard, as they say in golf, right? And 3 weeks from now, you're going to look back at this and say it was a 14-point win, right?
Yep. As I mentioned before, is a complete night and day from last week. Losing 28-7 on the road to Lake Country Lutheran. Tonight, they get the 28-14 win at home, and just from an energy standpoint, from an offensive tempo standpoint, just an overall energy from the team, you could tell that they brushed that loss off from last week. They were a brand new team this week. They went 1-0. They got the job done, and they're I'm confident that they established themselves tonight heading into conference play.
There you go. 28-14 the final on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. We're going to wrap up our Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show and our broadcast tonight with the AirTech Heating and Cooling next game broadcast. No matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledgeable techs at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair if things go wrong. You can go to RadioPlusinfo.com, for the complete schedule. Tell you about what's coming up in the next couple of days. Tomorrow, coverage of the CWC volleyball tournament. That'll be on our family of networks. And then on Tuesday, Waupun is at Laconia for volleyball. Looking forward to being along.
That should be a good one.
Yeah, looking forward to being along with for that one. And Valley Christian is at Central Wisconsin Christian on Tuesday as well. So plenty of good volleyball coming up in the next couple of days. And then obviously we carried 5 football games tonight. We're going to have a lot of that multi-football game Friday nights coming up too. So head over to RadioPlusInfo.com for the complete schedule of that. Want to thank Mitch Rettig and everyone at Springs for the great hospitality, as always, here at Fruth Memorial Field. Thanks to Coach Wilderman for catching up with me before the game. Thanks, Lance, Carrie, the whole crew here. Thanks all our sponsors up and down the line that make this possible. And thank you for tuning in here to Springs football on Radio Plus Video Sports. It's a 28-14 win for the Ledgers. They get their first win of the season and move to 1-1 with a nice win against Oconto Falls tonight. Jordan King saying so long. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you very soon, either on a volleyball court or a football field somewhere near you. Take care. Good night.
Thanks to our Radio Plus Video Sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Bondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Len's Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marion University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Tagliapietra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office.